now you're echoing.
Everybody, and welcome to Power Rangers Let There Be Thunder. Season 2, Episode 4. I am Matthew.
Correct.
I am the GM for today's session. And, well, today is going to be very interesting and scary.
Time to die.
And there's going to be a gold armored thing. But before all of that, I'm going to pass you over to the lovely players who will introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Michael. I will be playing Peter the Green Ranger, who at the moment is having a mild anxiety attack. I would also like to point out that I did not ask for this time, so none of this is my fault.
And yet we blame you.
You start.
I always get blamed.
Hi, my name is Anne. I'll be playing Sophie the Blue Ranger, who has some concerns. Also, I would like to formally apologize to the viewers and my friends because I am extremely caffeinated and 3 donuts deep.
Oh no. Hi, what's up? I'm Panic. I'll be playing Cal the Yellow Ranger, who is currently pretty ambivalent about the situation.
I am additional extra bonus Michael, and I'll be playing Sarah the Black Ranger, and I am heavily concerned because this jerk landed on my toe, and I'm not happy about it.
And finally, hello, I am absolutely not affiliated with any Michael of any variety whatsoever. I am Jay, also known as Ghost Right Leader, and I will be playing Q, the Red Ranger, who's very excited to meet this much spoken about Goldar, just in case I can make a new friend.
Are you going to deck him in the snuff for Pete?
I'm pretty sure Sophie went through like a whole explanation. Here's what's up with Goldar. So I'm pretty sure Q knows he's not a friend.
Pete would have probably explained that he's a dick too. So.
In our last episode,
We can change him. We can make him better,
the
right?
Power Rangers had a bit of a family dinner amongst themselves. We saw some flashbacks of what they had been up to the last 2 weeks, and we also saw what
and bad ideas.
Yep, lots of innuendos and bad ideas. We also saw
It was
what
a bad episode. You
Cal
shouldn't watch it.
had been up to at the night. The students went on ahead to a job fair where they met a future astronaut. He was quite keen to share some of the information about their project.
He's not going to space.
Maybe they'll
You'll
go to
never
space.
go to space.
Never.
But they also witnessed Jason Jr. and Catherine Hart
Hilliard.
No.
doing a bit of a... Catherine
Hart.
Hilliard, sorry, yes.
Not allowed.
Yep, thank you.
Denied.
A girl like that.
Doing a bit of a gymnastics dance performance. She also revealed that she would be stepping in as the new cheerleading coach. Before we could get too much into that,
Violence.
Shit.
there was violence as several Tenga warriors appeared on the scene in an attempt to kidnap Dr. K, the engineer, and potential future astronaut. The Rangers, several morphed and several unmorphed, managed to defeat the Tengas, and just when they thought things were calming down, one heavily armoured, blue-skinned individual landed down to throw a spanner in the works.
Would you call him a flying purple people eater?
I would call him a flying blue person eater.
So he's eating
Is he
Sophie?
an eater of blue people, or is he?
A blue people eater.
The distinction
Where's the
is
hyphen?
where's
find
the
out.
comma? Where's the comma in this sentence?
Two-eyed, no
Let's find out.
flying blue people eater?
Blue spectrum people eater? I mean, we gotta be specific.
These are all important questions. Anyway, do we have to re-roll initiative?
You've got initiative. Hopefully, it will show up when I roll Goldar's.
Oh wait, so we keep the same initiative from last
Yeah,
session.
I mean, it is that makes sense. I just the turn
Yep.
order was empty, so I was like, "Are we re-rolling?"
Yeah, I'm hoping because I can still see it.
Can you
I
I have
just?
2 questions. Yeah,
There it is.
Oh, one of
Hey.
them's answered.
Yep.
We have 6 story points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other question is: when Goldar is introduced as a cliffhanger, does that turn him into Gold? Da da da.
No.
Alright,
Get the hell
good news,
outta
everybody.
here.
We're looking for a new Red Ranger.
Position has now been opened.
Turns out
Auditions are
It turns
open.
out Jay died. He dropped dead.
Yeah, rock fell. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is why I wasn't allowed the comedic perk.
No, there was very strong words about the comedic perk.
I mean, that would have been amazing. I feel like we were robbed not allowing Jay to use the comedic perk.
The
We should have
DM
all
just-
taken comedic.
Yeah,
Just
the
all
DM
of
just laughs too easily. We would have been swimming in story points.
That's fair. Something balanced game.
Half
Yeah.
the stuff I say
Oh.
isn't even funny. Guys, good news, we're live.
I'm not laughing at that. That's not funny.
Hold on. What? Did the initiative tracker
does-
come back? Yes, it did.
Did.
Yes.
It turns
did.
out Goldar sucks.
Which does
Please,
bring
please
us to
wait.
Peter's turn.
wait
No,
until.
Peter. Peter had a turn at the end of the session last week.
Oh,
Technically, I could carry on my turn because I only attacked once.
Peter did attack. You are correct.
Quick, beat his
Clear.
ass!
So it would actually be Goldar's turn.
I technically get an extra attack there,
He has another attack.
so I could finish my turn.
Nah, because there was some time in between.
I
no.
accidentally introduced too much gore, forgetting that I was fighting a Tenga and not a Putty, and said I split it in half. And then Goldar appeared literally as soon as the two halves of the Tenga hit the floor.
I rewatched
Your action ended.
I rewatched
there was a
it.
few
There was
moments
a-
of silence and a pause, and
And-
then there was a tingling of energy, and then Goldar landed.
Yeah.
Dramatic entrance.
We got like
Great, well,
two deep breaths, and then there was this guy.
Well, I feel like he may have a little bit of a vendetta against me. So, guys, if you would like to enjoy watching Pete get punched in the face multiple times by a giant golden armored blue monkey,
Press
let's do
1 in
this.
chat. 1 in chat if you
Enjoy
want
it
to see
again.
Goldar. If you want to see Goldar just absolutely beat the snot out of Pete.
Forget the ones in the chat. Just F's in the chat because we know where this is going.
It could be interesting, just for the record.
Goldar just
Just throwing
Goldar
it
just
out there.
assaults a random civilian like 10 meters off. It's like, this guy! This is the bad one!
Okay, let's see this play out. Matthew, come on.
What do?
Goldar lands sword drawn,
Oh, he's gonna remember Sophie.
and for a second it is impaled in the dirt. Only by a couple of inches. He pulls it free with no physical effort. Looks around to see the Yellow Ranger, the Green Ranger, and the Blue Ranger. He turns his back on them one by one.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Can he see the Blue Ranger? Because she's in smoke.
Yeah, it's true. I have. Hold on.
He's also in the
Can he
smoke.
see anything because he's in the smoke?
Smoke gets in your eyes.
Well,
We're
he's
not
not
hindered by
a
it,
ranged
enemies are.
combatant, but he's also not like directly in front of Sophie in melee. So,
With the sword in his hands,
balls. He's got range.
he raises it up.
Thunder.
No one else remember the gold chains.
And plunges it down into one of the Tenga warriors.
What?
Disrespectful, first of all.
You have failed us.
You can hear a growl that starts deep inside of his gut.
That was a good one. Nice.
Someone's hungry.
And he takes several large steps over towards the Tenga that are on their own, kicking them into action
Throwing a tantrum?
dismissively,
What is happening?
He's checking that they're not
rousing
playing.
them from their unconsciousness.
Oh, come on. This team put an effort for that.
Yo, I literally
You see
stabbed
them
those guys.
slowly.
Dude, I cut one in half.
Not those guys.
You cut the one in half that he left.
Not
Okay,
those
cool.
Guys.
He stabbed the other one. These two, he's just kicked into sort of getting back up.
From now on, cut all Tengas in half.
No.
And he, as they kind of push themselves up to their knees, he just, get out of here. You see them squawk, wings flapping. As confused as they look, they begin to take off away from the battlefield.
Interesting. How far do they go? In terms of turns, right? Just wondering, out of curiosity.
On their turn, they will fly.
Get him, Jeff.
Let me just double check, but I want to say it's going to be about 80 foot. I just need to double check the actual maths.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunate.
I should open my character sheet.
You don't need that.
80,
Nothing's gonna happen. This is a roleplay episode.
85
What in the
foot,
holy
they will
hell?
fly away
Damn.
up into the air. Goldar looks around once again, but it's very sort of cursory glance. He's looking for something, and it's clearly none of you. His eyes do settle for a second on the Green Ranger. He sneers.
Instant
like
sword
that.
in hand.
And
Shing.
as quickly as he arrived, he teleports away.
Oh, what in the hell?
What?
Okay, so anyone who is waiting to see Pete get punched in the face by a big blue monkey in gold armor, you are going to be sadly
Yeah,
disappointed.
anyone who put a 1 in the chat, no. Sorry.
Leaving behind two very irretrievable Tenga warrior corpses. Two you are definitely not getting any useful information out of, but taking the two who could have potentially squawked.
Apparently, they're worried about prisoners on the moon. Like we take those.
I mean,
Maybe we
we
should.
could.
Maybe you
I mean,
should.
you could. Y'all could definitely do that. Y'all, not me. You.
I'm good on that. I'm good on taking prisoners.
while everyone else is talking, the scanner in Pete's helmet is going, and he is just looking around to try and figure out if he can find what Goldar was trying to look for.
Maybe the scientist's currently hidden in smoke.
Yeah. That's that's where my brain is.
I'm hoping that's it, because that at least means we know. If it's something else that we don't know, oops.
Well, at least we're not down one scientist, because I know that guy is under the smoke.
He's right behind me. Yeah.
He's also right next to me, I hope. Did he try to run away?
No, the whole time he has been trying to get into the fight.
I should have used a free
I'm sorry,
action
what?
to intimidate him into not being there.
The scientist
forgot
wanted
about
to.
that.
The scientist wanted to step up.
Yep.
All right then. Well, at least the fight's over.
You literally, the one
I
who
saw
wanted
that.
to be the astronaut, the one who's supposed to be flying, becoming the astronaut, Dr. K, has been the whole time trying to escape and join in the ruckus. The other scientist has been kind of holding on, trying to pull him out of the way. Just like, what are you doing? Leave the Power Rangers to the fight. We've got security for a reason.
Little did we know,
Guys,
security was just the mini boss before you have to fight the final boss, the scientists themselves.
Yep.
The scientist who's like Scrappy Doo going.
The
Yeah,
engineer
exactly.
is TL15.
Well, all right. That's the thing that just happened. Dr. K, you can stop whatever you're doing.
I'm gonna take these, and Cal's gonna take the corpses and teleport back to base. See ya.
As you teleport off, or just before you teleport off, there is a all too familiar beeping noise, one that you normally hear in unison to signify that you've received a message from Alpha. However, it only comes through to one of you.
One.
Oh,
From the Q communicator on Q's wrist, there is a beep beep.
beep 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 beep.
Oh, got a text. Q steps away for a second to check the text on his communicator or on his phone, whichever maintains the facade.
I mean, smartwatches exist.
Yeah, good work, guy.
Yeah, thanks. Love you. Mean it.
What? And then he's gone.
Yeah, just Q's like, yeah, love you, mean it. Just as you disappear. Wait, what?
What?
Okay, does that message?
You see
Oh,
on
it
the
was a
screen,
DM
it
too.
just says Protocol G is ready. Should I activate? With a question mark on the end.
Sick. We're getting a Gundam, guys. The iron-blooded orphans are here.
Q taps into his
Yeah.
communicator.
Dibs on Barbatos.
Yes. And then he looks up at who's still here, Pete and Sophie and Sarah, and just kind of goes, well, this was fun, but I think I've got too much adrenaline and I'm about to be sick, so bye! And turns and runs away to the toilets in Ernie's.
Wait, the door's locked. The door to that building is locked.
Was it? Because wasn't the guy that was on the loose still in there?
Yep.
There is a man still in there. Whether or not he is still on the toilet.
There's a guy.
Lock
As you
him
run
in.
towards
Did
Bert's,
lock him in. Yes.
yeah, as you run towards Bert's, there's a guy just banging on the inside of the door. He's just like, Guys, help! He's just like turning and finds the key on the inside and just and pushes the door open. It's like
Q slams through it.
So the smoke is technically just there for 6 seconds, so it's probably long gone by now. I just got lazy, but I forgot to remove it. Anyway, boom, no more smoke.
Q runs into the now open Ernie's, past the toilet guy, as he will know him,
Toilet
into the
man.
bathroom,
Later, toilet guy.
and hits send on his communicator, and then teleports away.
His name's Lou.
no,
Of course it is.
just no.
Yeah, so
Damn it. Ah! You're fired.
yeah, no, this smoke has been long gone, and so Peter will hear Sophie in his ear, and she'll say, "Hey, let's head back to the command center. You okay?"
Pete will look over. He'll just kind of like nod, like towards Sophie, just be like, "Yeah, I'm okay, but I just want to kind of check out the area a little bit more."
Yeah, like, out loud, she'll walk up to him, and out loud she'll respond, "We can scan from the command center."
Yeah, good point. Good point. Might be best to go back and regroup.
Yeah. She'll call Alpha and just say, two to teleport back, or whatever they usually do to get teleported. Just because that's cool.
Oh, poor Sarah.
Sarah's not morphed, and we can't just...
Kidnap random
Bamf
people.
again. Bamf again
So-
and just take her with you. Oh, you can't do that.
No, I can't take people with me into the morphin grid like that.
Just bamf on the
Yeah.
spot and you just both teleport away. The smoke clears and I'm like, where did she go?
My next trick.
Make a whole ass person
For my next
disappear.
trick, I'll kidnap this innocent girl.
I mean, how good would it be if one of us had had the influence of artisan, but we'd gone for like stage magic?
Magician? Stage
Yeah.
magician. And for my next
Sorry.
trick, and I'm gone.
Yeah. Pick a card, any card. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sophie, because she's Sophie, will just go under the guise that Sarah is an ordinary person and not a Power Ranger. She'll just keep up the appearance, even though Sarah literally morphs and demorphs everywhere willy-nilly.
I got robbed.
Oh, jeez, at least pretend like you're keeping up the act.
For the moment, yeah. Alright. Dr. K, you seem to be a target.
Clearly, they're trying to go for Angel Grave's brightest.
He did it again.
Also, do you have any combat training, or are you just not very bright?
I took some Tybo classes.
Hybo?
Yes. Excellent cardio, I'll have you know.
Sure, yeah. Not very combat applicable, I wouldn't think, but alright.
No, but I do hear that there is going to be a hip-hop Keto class starting soon, and my name
That's
is on the list.
Yeah, that guy who just ran off into the bathroom is going to be the one running it.
Really? And he did show some skill with taking down those putties.
Tenga.
Does seem...
But yeah.
Oh, Tenga. Oh. I thought they
I know,
were
it's
all
confused.
called putties.
Yeah.
How do you know
Maybe.
they're called Tenga? Is this a
Oh, I got
thing, like...
Well, no, I got a friend who's like that. The kid, Peter, you were talking to earlier. Like we said, his major is Power Rangers, and he's just incessantly babbling about them.
Oh, they name them. Oh, okay. I suppose
Yeah.
like dinosaurs and yes, understandable. Really, yes. Okay, but yes,
So-
hip hop keto definitely.
Yeah.
Good save.
Any do you have any specific idea as to why they would be targeting you? I mean, just going to space doesn't seem like a worthy reason for a kidnapping. Is there something unusual y'all are working on?
Personally, just the space ship itself. I'm currently working on the crew habitation module.
I would like to insight this boy.
Okay, the difficulty is 14. 1-4.
$14. I will remember that I have edge. There we go.
He
Wait. Yeah, there we
doesn't
go.
seem to be telling the entire truth. He clearly has been working on the habitation module, but maybe there's a little bit more to it than that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you should look at the security guards. You should definitely consider doubling this at least.
Oh yes, but Jennifer, she was such a crack shot. Did you see her? She
No, that's true. Yeah, it was a great shot, but I mean, if you're gonna be,
Thomas,
if
on
they
the other
tried
hand.
once, they'll try again, and you're gonna, yeah. The Power Rangers can't be everywhere all the time, so I'm assuming you don't want to be kidnapped. So
No, but I'll show them what for.
sure, but double your security at least. I mean, I can talk to Kelsey and see if we can't get you a light speed guard, maybe. I'll probably
That's
want to do
where
that.
I mean, I don't read those news
Yeah.
articles. Yes, I will have that conversation with my superiors. But I'm sure a couple of classes of that hip-hop keto, everything will be fine.
Definitely 1 or 2 hip hop keto classes, and you'll definitely be in this in the same league as a giant gold monkey dog. Yep,
Yes.
100%.
Well, he didn't seem to be all that interested in myself, just the birds. Did you see how
weird.
he just
Yeah,
grizzly?
that's confusing and concerning. Right. Well, I suppose everything seems calm here now. I should probably leave. Yeah, don't get yourself kidnapped.
Sarah, Cal, Sophie, and Peter. Each of your communicators go off with that all too familiar beeping. It just says, Q needs you. And at the bottom, Angel Gate Bridge.
Alpha, you realize I'm right. You could have you texted me that I'm right here. All right, cool. I'll leave the bodies. I'm out.
I've just got visions of Alpha sending the message and you being behind him and the communicator going off. He's just like...
He just hit send all. It's fine.
Cal, where did you put those bodies?
I just left them on the floor.
I'm going to have
you
to
let the
clean
bodies
that
hit the
mess up.
floor?
They're right here. They're like, I brought them here.
Well, Q needs you at Angel Gate Bridge.
Okay, so I can leave these here?
Yes, leave them there.
All right, cool,
I'll
got it.
clean
See ya.
up the mess.
Sophie probably.
Before...
Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
go on, you go first.
Oh no, Sophie probably just like is up in her room trying to like recompose herself, and she's just like, "Damn it!" And she puts her helmet back on.
Can't get 5 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't even 5 minutes.
Just opened a bottle of wine. I'm going to have a glass and then I'll see you there.
Just take a breather.
Before leaving the command center to go and meet, like in the meantime, once Pete left and he was in the command center, he has been scouring the entire area where everything went down, just to make sure that there isn't anything else that Goldar could have been looking for, like any energy signatures that could be going off, just anything that seems out of the ordinary. And then he will put a continuous like monitorization of the scientists through like one of our satellites, just so we can monitor where they are, and if anything happens, we'll be notified. And then yeah, let's go and meet you.
Roll me a technology check, difficulty
Yay.
15.
I was hoping you were going to ask for a technology check. What even is my fucking
Could
technology now?
Sophie
I
assist?
can't remember.
If she's in her room taking a breather,
I mean, there's a console in her room. I think. Well, I mean, I don't
it's
know.
up to you. It is up to
Yeah,
you. It's whether or not you think she would be helping him, or...
I'm gonna like, Peter, damn it, Q needs
Yeah,
this.
20.
20?
Mhm.
You are able to enter a program, some parameters into the satellite to try and follow the scientists, plural. Hopefully they don't
Plural.
split up. Dun dun dun.
Can have both be tracked.
How many satellites do you have?
Well, by the Power Rangers, we can just hack into all of the satellites if we need to.
I feel like
It's still the rational one.
I feel like Peter may be having some.
Let's be real, Pete did that like day one. Like as soon as he
Issues.
found out we had satellite connectivity,
some issues.
yeah, he's connected to all of the satellites around the world.
But you morph and teleport to.
I have a stop to make.
Oh, where are you stopping?
I'm going to Walmart, or the equivalent thereof.
Walmart.
I'm good. Yep. Water stayed in my mouth. Thank you.
Swallow.
Making a quick stop at the store. I'm going to buy a couple of boxes of 9mm bullets and a file.
You're just gonna stop at Walmart whilst Q needs your help. Maybe Go. Afterwards.
I mean, it didn't seem that important.
I'm sure I'm fine.
Just teleport in, teleport
Yeah,
out, teleport into Q. Just a black blur left.
Okay.
Money on the counter.
Oh,
Oh, hello there.
well.
What in the heck is this?
It's
There's a lot. There's a lot of
very blurry
information.
map at current.
Oh my god.
Fine.
There's
Like I said,
so,
you just
yeah.
wanted a friend.
What? What?
Very.
What
blurry
in the
map
hell
at
is
current.
this?
Are there
I can-
people on that bus?
I have concerns. Wait, is that an ambulance?
What in the world?
I
When
have
you
lots of
teleport onto the Angel Gate Bridge, you see a lot of things all at once. You see a news helicopter with Eliza hanging out of the door.
Damn it, Eliza.
Her cameraman straining to kind of clutch with her, grab hold of the camera, get that perfect shot, and make sure nothing bad happens. You see a bus full of students hanging half off
hell.
the bridge.
I got this.
The lower half of the bridge that runs backwards and forwards between the two halves of Angel Grove. Not the upper half that acts as part of the freeway. You see where pedestrians had been walking on that walkway, most of them have scattered. You see cars, some of which have screeched to a halt because of what is happening. You see a limo surrounded by what appears to be security. But perhaps most importantly, you see Goldar in all of his height holding Q. I'm so used to Goldar beating up Peter that was my first thought.
And now that he's beating up Q, it's weird.
Holding Q up.
Freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Underneath the helmet, just holding him aloft so that the two of them are at head height. And you can hear him talking that growly, raspy noise that almost vibrates through your chest.
I have a question. It's not Eltarian, is it?
I've been looking for you.
In the actual hell?
Been looking for Q?
I mean, do we same initiative tracker, or
would you like to roll initiative for me, please?
Do we have the ability to follow him, or is he currently like busy?
You do not have the ability to follow.
I wouldn't recommend getting in a queue behind me right now.
I'm panicking a little. I'm also rolling this with a snag. Okay, that's fantastic.
Well, that's
cool.
Good.
It's fine.
22.
I'm
5. There's that.
I rolled a 6.
Same.
I physically feel sick, dude.
So Peter got.
That's the
22,
caffeine.
And
well, I mean that too.
Sophie
Listen,
got 6.
we don't talk about my bad choices.
Q, would you like me to do the honor of rolling for the
Killing you.
other guy?
For that bad dude.
Yeah. If you hold
if
shift
you like.
down and double click, it should open his sheet. If that's easier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my. Q is now Goldar.
There's
What
an
is that?
upgrade.
It's a body swap episode.
It's the Freaky Friday episode of. So that's 15.
Again.
Fantastic.
Good for him.
He's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Goldar the 15th.
So Cal got 5, Sarah got 6, Sophie got 6, Peter got 15. No, Goldar got 15. Peter got 22, which would mean that Peter goes there, Goldar goes there, and everybody else is
I literally rolled the highest I possibly could.
pretty much the same. Well then, Peter.
All right.
Faced
I was
with
kind of hoping I wasn't
all of
going
this,
first.
faced with, and for the record, with all of the vehicles in the way, this bridge is considered rough terrain,
Oh,
Cool.
which means that it's going to cost you double your movement to move about.
No, I'm good on that. I don't need that.
okay.
All right then. So
Feel free. Met the cat.
now I am not escalating the fight. So I'm going to spend a story point and instantly summon my Dragon Zord.
That
we have
sounds
the same idea.
School bus.
We literally have the same idea. All right.
Your Dragon Zord is how tall?
He's got a really long goddamn tail.
Huge.
He's gonna stand on his tail like the original
I repeat,
Godzilla.
Your Dragonzord is how tall?
I don't know. He
7'3"?
is a size.
7'3"?
I don't know.
That's less of a Zord and more of like a mech suit.
Isn't it huge size?
Yeah,
Is there
I don't know
anything
how-
that-
So your Dragonzord is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how tall that would make him.
Bear with.
If that's not possible, then
Your
I'll.
Dragonzord isn't going to fit on the bridge.
He's not summoning it
summoning him
on
on
the
the
bridge.
bridge.
And
No, anyway.
under the water, your Dragonzord is going to be under the water.
Oh, fully submerged.
Is it not
This
shallow
is-
water? Come on, dude.
No,
I had a
Question.
good
no,
idea.
this is part of. Like, this is the sort of. It's not even a river, I can't think of the right
Tidal.
word, but
It's an
Question.
yes.
If it's not
Yep.
if it's not in person form, the Griffin Zord flies, doesn't it?
Do you have flight for your.
See, I don't
Griffin Zord?
have it as a thing. I don't even know how I would get that.
There's a
But, like,
feature,
it's a
there's
Griffin.
like
movement
movement
booster.
movement feature.
booster is the thing that does flight? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or 0G.
So this is the Sankaliki channel. I can't do words apparently.
Mhm.
Which feeds from the Pacific Ocean. Basically, it is too deep for your Zord.
He would fit. He would fit.
His weight wouldn't.
It's also about the height.
Oh, I mean, on the
Make a
bridge.
Zord pyramid.
Exactly.
So no, you are not able to summon your Zord, I'm afraid.
Oh, he would fit on the bridge. He would fit. I had such a good
Also,
idea.
aren't we underneath? Isn't there a top deck to the bridge as well? There's actually
Yes,
something above.
that's the problem. You're on one level of the bridge, and there's a second level above
So
you.
it's like an overpass? Is that what that is?
Yeah, like
Yeah, so the first level of the bridge you're on is like local traffic from the two different halves of Angel Grove. Local cars, buses, pedestrians,
we think our
bicycles.
strategy then, don't we?
The second level is more like a freeway.
2025.
It's almost like I thought about this.
Almost. You would never actually do that though.
GM's plotting again.
No,
It
I don't
seems
actually
like
think.
it seems like he did, but that's all the illusion of storytelling. He never considers
Yeah.
anything. Terrible. He never does. He never
I don't
actually
think
thinks.
anything through.
Right, so running down the situation quickly. Vehicles that are near us, other than the bus, is there anyone in these cars?
There are people in the cars, yeah.
That we're standing around, yeah?
Yeah,
What about the ones on the other side of Goldar?
Probably.
yeah.
Right.
What do you do? Do you get out of the car and run away?
What?
Yes. Yes,
Hugh,
you
I
do.
think I think you typed that as the wrong person.
Goldar's enjoying it.
No, clearly not. He's trapped, screaming, and scared.
I'm stuck on this damn bridge, and everything's getting closing in, and I'm getting claustrophobic, and I don't like it.
Goldar is actively having a stroke.
So the two biggest problems right now then are the bus and Goldar, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
I wanted to go against...
And whoever's in that ambulance.
Okay, cool. I wanted to go against my basic instincts and not just fly in for the attack. But my plans got shot on.
I mean, you could try and steady the bus.
I have no brawn, so I'm going to be no good at steadying the bus. That's why I wanted my Zord.
You could attack the door and try and get the people out.
I also have, like, thoughts of saving Jay. Q, even. But...
Decisions.
Decisions. Pete will look at the group quickly. You guys got the civilians, I'll help Q.
Gotcha.
I was going to say the opposite.
Sophie
Pete's personal
immediately.
vendetta, Mike.
Yeah,
Sophie,
I'm
Peter,
helping.
go get the bus.
I'm helping the people.
Sophie immediately yells no when Peter says he's going to fight Goldar. She just says no.
You got this. Round
Just
2.
say
Get
no.
it.
I wasn't going to try and actually fight him. I was just going to try and free Q.
5,
Get the bus. I'll get
4,
People
Yeah,
run
Damn thing.
3.
and jump. So what do I have to do to roll a jump?
You have to move 10 foot, which would be 20 foot of movement.
Yeah, up on top of the back of this
And
car.
then you have to make an athletics check.
And then athletics. 9.
You move 15 foot.
All right, so you get 25 in all.
So is that like there?
Yep.
It's like, huh?
No, I think you're on the bonnet, dude. Because it's rough terrain.
Because I was on the back of the car and I jumped.
Not when he's in the air.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't count when it's jump.
So that will get me there.
Yeah, because you spent it to
then-
get momentum already, yeah.
My sword has reach. Reach 2, didn't it? Or is it still just reach 1?
I think
So
you can be
your
right up
sword
against the
can-
door because you needed to get the run. You needed 10 feet anyway, so your total distance is 25 from wherever you were standing.
Yeah.
So I'd be at the door then, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
cool,
it would be.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, no
Um,
need for but yeah, go ahead.
If
See,
you hold
something
the
that we spoke about the other day would come in handy now, Matt. The one thing I said that I didn't need because I don't plan on using something like that.
Use a
but
story
I-
point for the key
gave
to the
him
door.
idea.
Yeah, do I even need to attack this thing? It's a fire door. Surely I can just open it.
It's a good question. Do you want to try?
Yeah, I would tend to just open the door.
What the hell? I turned you down.
Do I need to roll
The
anything?
door doesn't open from the outside. The back door doesn't open.
Alright, but there are people on the bus, yeah?
You can see kids screaming.
Right, in that case, can I take...
You can see the bus driver slumped over the steering wheel. When the bus was kicked, he's been knocked unconscious in the shuffle.
Alright,
Nobody seems to be able to take charge.
awesome. So... Cal's gonna come over to help.
Mhm.
So, if instead of taking an action now, can I ready an action to once Cal joins?
Contingency action.
Yeah, I can slam the lock off, and he can try and steady the bus, just in
boy.
case that causes any shudder.
And it all happens in the same 6-second period, remember? So
So yeah, I'll take.
it's not going to change between you attacking.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna.
Cal
Yeah,
getting
cool.
there.
I'm just gonna blast the bloody door off then. I will use. Oh yeah, I'll just use my sword. Sod it. Cut this door off.
Oh,
Mm,
that's an idea. I feel like you're not going to let me do what I'm thinking about, but we'll see.
16.
Yep.
Crit on the D4.
Critical door slicing.
You're able to slice the door off. And as it falls, one half falls inside, the other half falls outside. The bus wavers slightly, but only for dramatic effect.
Okay.
I'm not just like going back on what I said and making the bus tip and fall after that.
And then I'll just shout into the bus, like, everyone starts slowly moving towards the back of the bus.
You hear one of the children, one of the ones closer to the front. But what about Mr. Johnson?
Don't worry about Mr. Johnson. Once you guys are clear, I'll come in and get him. But we need to make sure the bus is stable first. So everyone, nice and slow, out you come.
I'm trying not to metagame because I know how the physics of this would work.
Yeah.
It's not like they can all get off the bus right now. They give us time. Give us time for the rest of us to do things.
It's fine. They're going to act at the end of the round.
Right.
So, Goldar's turn.
Oh, balls.
Ooh, can I ask
Am
one
I
thing?
being Goldar for this then?
I can play Goldar if you
Can
like, or you can play Goldar. It's up to you.
Really wish we knew what was going on.
I have extra attack, don't I?
You do have extra.
Although I
attacks.
didn't attack a person, can I make a second attack?
Yeah, it's still an attack. An attack is.
I'm
an
going to
attack.
ask if this would work mechanically then. Pete's going to take his sword and stab it through the back of the bus into the bridge to try and anchor it down.
I like it. We'll see if the DM does.
He's literally just going to try
I
and
can
drive
see
it
where you're coming from,
into it, so at least there's...
and I'm willing to allow you to try
Cool.
it.
Beautiful.
I'm just trying to think.
I'm not going to say whether it's going to
I'm
work.
just trying to think of ways that will keep this thing stable. Like,
At least a little bit.
Yeah, I've got no brawn, so I'm just trying to think of what I've got. Um,
Would you stand on the top of the bus and press against the deck that's above? Try and...
And so I rolled a 21 again with a crit on the d4.
You impale the sword right down to the hilt, and between the sides of the bus, the length of the sword, you get about 4 inches of the blade into the...
Can I get Pete up, spend a
Conquerage.
point of personal power, and turn it into the the javelin? Just hold it there.
Yes, and then you just through the bridge.
Yeah, because it's technically
works.
moved, isn't it? I wasn't sure if I could just summon
Yeah.
that weapon or not, so it sits there as the jousting lance.
No.
God damn it. This is what I need my drone for. God damn it. Yeah, I set one and pass.
Okay,
Sorry, that took so long.
it's fine. I'll beat you later.
Just in general?
Yeah, just pow.
It's the Thursday beating. It's fine.
Goldar. Did you want to play as Goldar whilst Q is
Hanging
initialized?
out? Yeah. Or do you want to take this first round and then ping me what his motivation / goals are?
Okay.
And then I'll pick up from there. Just so I don't go,
What is-
Goldar just
Okay.
hugs Q until he feels better.
With Q held aloft in one hand, apparently not taking much physical effort at all, Goldar looks across at the other Rangers. Again, he seems to dismiss Peter out of hands. Green is...
So last season.
Yeah.
He was last season.
Green
I
is
didn't intend that to be
useless.
as like funny as it was. It was
As
an
smart.
accidental. Yeah. Accidental
He
smart.
looks at the others and I need to work out range for this actually before I say this is going to happen.
Is Q unconscious?
Pretty much.
Okay.
He's kind of being choked to...
Yeah,
Oh,
I was thinking,
you're
like-
in range.
So, yeah, like giving him temporary health.
Let's see what fate says.
Let
Okay.
me choke for longer.
He looks across
I'm
at
gonna
the
choke
group
this guy for
of
3
Power Rangers,
turns.
and with Q held up in the air, chains snap out of the ground golden chains that wrap around Cal's hands and
So
feet.
I would like to. Chains came from the ocean up through the bottom of the bridge.
Through the ground, just power.
All right.
Man.
It's one of Goldar's abilities
Hate this.
to summon energy chains that automatically grapple a target within 60 foot.
Can a target
Highly
not
unfortunate.
evade?
Cal is now grappled.
Can the target?
This is what happened to Peter.
Can the target not attempt to evade? It's
Nope.
just a automatic
There
snare,
is
yeah?
nothing they can do. It is an automatic grapple.
Cool.
Good to know.
To escape, you can make a brawn skill test,
hmm
or the chains can be damaged.
Can I damage my own chains, or does someone else have to do that?
Somebody else has to do
All
it
right.
for you.
Good to know. So so when it gets to my turn, if I am in these chains, the only thing I can do is the bronze skill test to get out.
Brawn
Understood.
skill test, yeah. Then it will be whoever's Sophie's turn.
Question about the ambulance. Is it upright? Is there anything bad happening to the ambulance?
It's upright. Goldar's kind of using it as cover. Not very well because he's like the size of the ambulance. Its lights are flashing. Apparently there is somebody inside of it on their way to receive treatment.
On way to receive treatment?
Apparently so.
I hate you, Matt, but not really, but also why? Okay, yeah, well, I mean, I can tell, right? Like, it's just stuck there trying to get through traffic, essentially. Is Goldar, like, keeping the ambulance from moving? Is that what's happening?
Yep. It can't get past him. He's kind of using it as a shield.
I am not the right person to deal with any of this crap. No, Ron. Okay. I can't. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I think I am going to Could I go to the bus and assist there? That's what I'm gonna do. I feel like that is the move for Sophie.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're gonna go help the children or whatever. But actually, you know, I'm just gonna do a regular move here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I actually go onto the bus, but like in the back of it to try to put more weight on it so that it doesn't tip forward? And like, I'm just gonna literally park myself there.
Yeah, just sit on the bus.
Well, not sit. I'll stand, but I will try to encourage the children to get out, and then I'm going to peek inside to see if there are injured people.
There's a man unconscious in the driver's seat.
There is. The bus driver is unconscious.
Okay. Helping hand only works with morph Power Rangers. Oh, he's unconscious in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't do anything about it yet. Wait. Can I? No, I'm gonna spend a turn here to like use my weight to anchor the bus while the children get out. And I would like to use a free action to persuade maybe the children to get out.
Animal handling check, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, kids, you gotta get out of here. The Power Rangers will take care of everything. You just gotta get out. And I would like to roll persuasion. Flipping kidding me, though. Okay, fine. I rolled an 8. I rolled a 4 on my D4, but I also rolled a 4 on my D20. Feels bad, man.
Okay, that brings us to Sarah. The kids are clearly trying, like they're beginning to shift towards the exit.
Could we argue for that with Edge, because they do want to get off this bus?
Yeah, they clearly want to get off the bus.
So
I was going to say the difficulty was only 5.
Never mind. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, they clearly want off the bus. It's not taking much to convince them. If you were trying to convince them to stay on the bus,
much higher DC.
Then we would have had an issue. Yeah.
Also not very Power Ranger-like.
Yeah.
If the ones at the back get off first, though, isn't that going to make it front heavy?
Yeah, we want the ones from the back to move up first.
Said a pigeon as it flew overhead.
I'm saying nothing. But
I did say guys from the
it's
front
Sarah's
start moving up, didn't I? Not in those exact words, but yeah.
Sophie,
not in those exact words.
can I say that Sophie
I said start
did
moving
that?
up the bus, innit?
Okay, reasonably with a smarts of 7, Sophie probably would have figured that out, right? Please, because Anna's not a smarts of 7, but Sophie is.
We'll go with yes.
Yeah, so that's what happens. What other free actions can I do? I convince the children to leave, starting with the people in the front. We're the Power Rangers. We're gonna save the day. Everything's fine. Also, could I still technically have a standard action, right? Because all I did was move and free action.
Yeah.
Can I prepare?
I had to think about that.
Okay, this is going to be really weird and maybe kind of unnecessarily aggressive. But can I summon my power weapon, my unicorn-bladed bow in dagger mode, and paracontingency? No, actually, I'll keep it in the standard mode. It'll be a bow, but can I summon it and then prepare a contingency action to shoot if Goldar comes within 30 feet of the bus?
He is within 30 feet of the bus.
30 foot now.
Oh yeah.
If he comes closer.
I probably should have measured that out.
He is in fact 10 feet away from the bus.
Oh wow, he's really close. Okay. No.
Just shoot him.
Okay, you know what?
Just shoot him in the face.
Could I shoot him from the inside of the bus? Can I bust a window and just be like, poof?
Bang.
Yes.
Just shoot through the window.
Also
Actually,
through the
no,
ambulance?
that doesn't. Oh right, no.
He will get cover. He will get cover from the ambulance. That'll just be 2 downshifts.
Yeah, that's true. No, I will. If he comes into like melee, like into her melee space, then she'll attack with the daggers.
I like how just 2 downshifts.
Listen, okay, it's
like,
just
that's
2
not
disastrous
disastrous
on
for
a
anyone else.
on a
Yeah,
D
that's exactly.
on a D4. Come on. Anyway, so I will summon the daggers just in case. If he gets too close, I
Okay.
will stab. I'm terrified. That is the end of my turn.
Which brings us to
No, it
Cal.
doesn't.
Sarah.
Oh no, Sarah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'd already moved to Sarah. I apologise.
All right.
It's all good.
I'm going to use a free action to summon my staff. I'm going to use 3 more to give Sophie, Peter, and Cal 2 upshifts. Their next thing.
Oh!
Get those kids, y'all. Go get the
Oh.
kids. I'll distract gold balls.
So, 2 upshifts on my next anything?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you for that. That's helpful.
Yep.
That is helpful a lot.
I'm going to click off of this. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna jump. Oh yeah,
That's
more
good.
than I needed. Holy crap! I'm just going here. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna land on the hood of this here van, and gonna pick up the staff, twist the knob a little when normally the mouth is like in a roaring position. It's going to like focus more into like a blaster, and then we're gonna scream through it. What is Goldar's
A more
willpower?
concentrated blast. Goldar's willpower is going to be... I closed it, sorry, 1 second.
Taking the down.
It is going to be 21.
His willpower is 21. Holy shit!
He's got a
okay.
+5, probably.
Yeah,
Story
probably.
point.
He's got story points, so choose to believe in the reality where it is a +5, and that's not base.
Nah, he's just a tank, dude, in everything.
Choose to believe. Choose to believe in the dream
Yeah, well, here we go.
The dream is alive.
that the real value is a 16, but we can't see that yet. Believe in it.
Just believe. He's not a
Mhm.
total
Believe it.
monster. Only partially.
Some
Right,
parts
so
of
yeah, that
Nice.
hits,
Looks like a real crit as well.
and that is a real double crit.
That's a real double crit. Yeah.
It's a D4 and a D8 crit. So
Oh yeah.
potatoes.
magnitudes
Just
of success.
Concentrated blast of like sonic rage in his face, and he takes 2 sonic and 2 energy.
Goldar takes a pretty solid hit. But for Goldar, he's not looking overly
Well, yeah.
bothered.
I mean, the
Um,
most important part, does he drop the ambulance?
Does he drop Q?
No.
He does
What's
not
up,
let go of the
Goldar?
ambulance.
Let's go.
He does not.
Still holding an ambulance. Okay.
He's still sort
That is
of
my
got
turn.
one arm clutched, kind of grabbed hold of it, one foot braced against it, and holding Q up.
I have 1 quip left.
You might start using him as a shield. Just
I have. I had a stupid idea. Oh boy.
But yeah, that's me.
that brings us to Cal.
Yeah. So brawn check to get out.
Yes.
With 2 upshifts.
That did not fucking roll. I just dropped. I just put the die down because it hit the fucking coin. All right. Yeah, 23?
Nice. It is a 20, so you are out.
Cool. So I still have movement in my free actions, right?
Yep.
Now, I should not, and I'm not going to do it this turn, but I would like to propose it.
I'm
If
scared.
the door is open, the back of the school bus is open.
Yep.
The children have not filtered out yet.
Nope.
Unconscious man in the back.
Yep.
In the front. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sophie's standing in the back as like a
down the other end.
heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
trying to anchor.
Feasibly,
Cal's gonna do like a
if I
dive.
jumped in a 90-foot line,
Yep.
hit the windshield of the bus, grabbed the unconscious man, and then flung myself back out the other end. What would the can I roll like some sort of insight check to know the repercussion of that action?
That is going to be a hefty fall.
Like for me or the bus?
For you, off of the bridge.
So just know that if I jump to the back, I will go straight through the windshield.
I thought that's what you... Sorry. Do you mean jump towards him and then go back the other side?
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
my
he wants to
apologies, I
jump in
misunderstood.
through the back of the bus
Yeah,
to land on
right.
like the dashboard,
Land
grab
on-
the driver and
catch
bounce
them-
back out again.
Pick up the man and then go.
I hear you. Right.
Again, I cannot do this turn because that would require using my standard action as a second move
roll
action.
me
So I just
yeah. Roll me
I
a
want to know if this is a
science
terrible
check.
idea. A what?
Science
fine it.
check.
Science.
Science.
Oh god, the lab coat. It's on.
The glasses.
It just appears automatically. Want glasses on top of your helmet. They're like a comically sized pair of like reading glasses to fit over the helmet.
13.
13. If you were to get Peter and Sophie to stand in the bus whilst the front students were coming out, leaving the back students, or like kind of shifting so that most of the weight stayed on the back of the bus, you'd be fine. It would rock, but if you kept most of the weight to the back to balance it out, you'd be fine.
Okay.
You know, for video game Power Rangers logic. In real world physics, I would
Probably
not recommend
not, but, like,
jumping to,
I wouldn't recommend jumping 90 feet ever in real life, but that's something I have the ability to do.
I just want to emphasize this for anybody who may find themselves in a similar situation. Jumping onto a bus dangling off of a bridge is a bad idea.
Just a bad idea generally.
Yeah.
Sir Isaac Newton might have something to say about it as well.
I don't want anybody coming after me afterwards and going, well, Matt said it would work.
I was told this would work.
All right.
I don't need that.
Now, my biggest problem is Goldar has an action. If he puts me in fucking chains again, is gonna suck. I'm never gonna get this plan off the ground.
You could jump in there and
so if I jump in there right now, is that like, because you said that if everyone was already like backloading the bus, then it wouldn't cause much of a problem. But right now that is not the case.
They're all going to be leaving pretty much now anyway. Like they're all
I'm like standing at the back with it.
All right,
anchored,
then
like,
then that is what I'm going. I'm going to use my movement action to jump up for a max of 90 feet.
Yep, straight into the bus.
Yeah.
Sophie is standing at the back of the bus, and Peter's trying to anchor the bus with.
So yeah, there I am.
Weapon.
Okay. The kids start shifting forwards. The ones in the front come towards the back, and it's only as they kind of all come towards the back and are pushing that the ones in the back start coming off. They really wait and listen to the Power Rangers, because who doesn't listen to the Power Rangers?
Thank God we have that kind of like social credit, you know? We're the Power Rangers. You should listen to us.
And they do start climbing off. Some of them kind of look at the Blue Ranger and the Green Ranger. Some of them did look at the Yellow Ranger as he jumped into the bus
as
with
he
a kind
flew
of look
in.
of, what? Like, is he crazy? But when they realise he's after Mr. Johnson trying to save him, they're like, yeah!
But also racing.
Look, we don't need to talk about that with the kids, all right?
You see a couple of them grabbing school bags. You also see a couple of them
That's a choice.
purposefully leaving their school bags. A couple even talking about, we don't have to do homework if we say it was in the bus, as they leave their school bags and head to the back. Yeah.
They're not wrong.
And it is Peter's turn.
Excellent. Now,
no.
Can I, hypothetically speaking, could I use a story point to summon something like, like a winch or something that I can connect to the central reservation in the middle here?
No.
And connect it to the back of the bus to hold it in place?
When you spend a story point to find an item, you're not summoning an item, you're finding something. So if there was a like, something like a works vehicle over here,
like this one,
or a truck, or like a pickup truck like this one, or this one. Basically, I put lots of different vehicles on the map. People in the chat who can't necessarily see all of the vehicles because of the reduced map size. You just have to spend a story point and make the movement there and back.
Okay, so that would require me to let go of the bus, wouldn't it?
I mean, your sword's kind of...
Your sword is still in the bus. You are not holding the bus.
Cool. I technically don't need my dragon dagger to do my lesser charge, do I?
No.
But
you do need to make an attack roll.
You do.
Mhm.
Well, I thought it was established we need your physical weight too to make sure that the bus doesn't tip over with Cal on the front end.
Would you
It'll
like to
buff
make
out.
a science check?
Who would you like that check to be made? I could probably make
Peter,
that check.
because he's the one
Oh.
thinking this idea up.
There's so many. Oh my god, there's so many different.
And I'm going to start counting down soon as well. You got 20 seconds.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm gonna just. I'll just hold a contingency action and hold the bus in place.
What's the contingency action for?
If Goldar gets closer, I'm swinging.
Okay. With your fists?
Wait.
Yeah, with my blessed dragon charge.
Contingency action to break the chains if he chains you.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, just a contingency action.
Do
to break-
that.
Yeah, do that. We'll do that. I'll go with that. Thank you, Cal.
With that in mind, as we move along the initiative track, one of the cars that had screeched to a halt, the green car into the back of the security vehicle, had been leaking fuel.
I don't like my proximity to this.
I don't either.
And
I'll be
as
barbecue.
this fuel has been slowly
Hanging up
leaking.
now.
So, like I said, we are looking for a new Red Ranger. This one is about to die. It is making puns. So, to be fair, I think that's all you can do in this situation.
Just puns.
So,
As the
not going to hold it
fuel
against you.
slowly leaks, one of the security guards, in their infinite wisdom, reaches out and drops a cigarette butt.
Hold on, I'd like to make an argument.
Go
I'd
for
like
it.
to argue with you, the DM.
I'd like to change my contingency action to shoot that cigarette butt out of the air before it hits
No.
the ground.
You can't change the contingency action.
So, the argument I would like to make is that the whole bridge was stopped, right? Like they
The
all
whole
like
bridge was
slammed on
stopped.
brakes, whatever.
Yep.
So, in the moment that they would have had to stop, there's no way this guy wouldn't have lost his cigarette.
Oh no, he started smoking since.
Okay, now my argument is that is ridiculous and stupid.
He's just been
There's
sitting
no
there.
human being.
He's stressed.
There is
he
no
just
human being
pops
when a
open a
giant
cigarette.
monster appears behind you starts smoking a cigarette.
I don't know. People are dumb.
No.
But if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die with.
There's
car
dumb, and there's hostile action.
and this car are now on fire. Forgive my rather
Department?
awful drawing.
I just thought of something that's so stupid we haven't done it yet.
And it is now
Yeah.
Goldar's turn.
Cool. So, question:
Mm-hmm.
would Goldar have the strength to be able to kick the ambulance sideways into the bus?
Pretty much, he is ridiculously strong.
Okay. Well, he's going to move to get away from the fire with his
Taking
prey
Q
and
with him.
taking Q with him. He's never letting go of that ragdoll. And he's going to kick the ambulance towards the bus.
Does that technically count as him coming towards me?
Nope.
No, because he's actually moving away.
That's a really good idea.
a really bad,
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
How I just thought of it.
really
Sophie
bad.
doesn't think about things like that in high stress situations. Apparently, mostly
That
just
was
What I
because
did-
honestly,
Have I missed something?
Matt, kudos. You did that was really good for like a fast little. Now the thing is here.
Yeah, like
Great
the
job.
bus has now moved. Thank you.
Ambulance. Us is in the same position.
Well, the ambulance has now moved. You're correct. Thank you.
what in the actual?
You hear
Good news. He's no
screaming
longer holding the
from
ambulance.
the inside as one of the sort of walls of the bus crumbles under the impact. It slams into the bus and shakes it. It doesn't tip any further, thankfully.
Are you
But
doing
for a
to
moment,
me?
it does wobble like it's about to go off the side.
So, question then.
Yep.
Now that can the ambulance just like leave now? Not like right now, obviously, but no longer being held. There is a patient in it.
It's sideways though.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's
They
kind
What
of,
is this
specifically said it
Kobayashi
went
Maru
sideways.
situation you have us in?
it's kind of caved in on one and possibly damaged on the side by the bus, by the impact.
And if they've got a patient in there, they'll probably
Prioritizing the patient at
Holy
this
crap.
point.
unless they're dead. and
All
then they're
right.
just like,
Another
"Oh,
question
bad
then.
job, let's go."
Yep.
And this is like a free action question. Can I just tell Alpha to teleport the patient to a hospital?
You could.
Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
It's not your turn, but
I
also
know.
it's my turn.
That's talking. I'm talking to Alpha.
I'll say you can talk to Alpha, yeah? Just
Yeah.
Alpha, we need you to teleport the
When it happens, that's
Yeah.
initiative
we
based.
need
But
you
me
to teleport
telling
the
Alpha
people out
teleport-
of the ambulance, yeah.
into a hospital.
Where's Michael? I gotta do this when he's here.
Whilst you're waiting for Michael, have I moved Goldar correctly? I think I have.
I mean, Goldar has moved. I don't know what you mean by correctly.
In terms of how far? Let me just double
Yeah.
check.
'Cause, I mean, the cars aren't really in his way. He just kicks through them.
I've just put loads of red dots on Goldar's face because I forgot to come out of the
Switch off
love
the
lady.
paintbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldar has dip.
It's
Goldar
ketchup.
has mumps.
It's
Goldar
ketchup.
died.
He was eating fries.
Goldar's got a busted face, everybody. I can keep the red dots because
He
they're not
already
coming
had
off.
a busted
Damn.
face.
Rito punched him in the
Ooh.
face. Use it work.
Sarah shot him real hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has taken damage.
4 of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Sophie's turn.
The kids have filed out. How okay is this bus?
I mean, I'm in there, and there's an unconscious man that I'm holding, but I think we've got that. I think I'm good.
The bus is
Please
about
hold it
half
still.
empty at this point.
Let's be here in 6 seconds. There's a leftover ambulance. Sorry, the community helper hang up. It's really freaking me out right now.
So which priority is the now priority?
children.
Sophie is gonna look at Peter, and she's going to say, "I'm sorry." And then she's going to use a personal power to bev into the ambulance and then do a non-combat medicine check to stabilize the patient so they don't die.
To be fair, there are probably ambulance workers in the ambulance too.
Yeah, but if they have been flipped over, they may be stuck,
When
pinned, whatever.
you reappear inside the ambulance, you find one of the I'm not sure if they'd be paramedics.
Yeah, they would
Is
probably be
unconscious.
paramedics. Yeah.
The driver is slumped in his seat. The patient seems to be going down a hill. Go ahead and make me a science medicine check. If you haven't already done so, you would get a check at the upshifts. I can't remember if you've gotten one at the upshifts from Sarah or not yet.
Not yet.
I
So
mean,
you two
he
No,
hasn't
it was
used
just
a-
Cal.
No,
It was just Cal.
it was not just
Right?
me. I mean, I'm the only
Oh,
one
it
who's
was-
used it, but you have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have
Sophie
it. Okay.
and Cal got one.
Okay.
didn't they?
Okay.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
did Peter. All three of us
Yeah.
got one.
Okay.
The next check you do has 2 upshifts. So
Okay, 2 upshifts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't
Okay.
want to waste
Go
my
Black
last turn.
Ranger.
Okay, so I have 2 upshifts. I have Edge from Community Helper. It's fine. 2 upshifts, so that is a D8.
Patient in the ambulance is having the best worst.
If I use, okay, is it just the difficulty 12 from my med kit? Because I can't use Helping Hand on civilians.
What's the result of the check?
I mean, I was asking for a difficulty, but
No,
let's go.
that's fine.
The result of the check was a 16.
Okay. You examine the individual
Hold on.
first.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on. I forgot my specialization. Okay, that didn't help. No, actually, it's a 19.
19. You examine the individual first, looking them over, and notice that they seem to have been in some sort of car crash. Kind of ironic, considering
Yeah, you mean before this
the
one,
current
the second car
situation.
crash.
Yeah, but
Been in 2 car crashes.
they are going downhill. However, you are able to hook them up to some oxygen that they had ripped out, and put a new IV in. And with Cal's call to Alpha, you're fairly certain that they will be stable enough for the transport to the hospital.
Okay, there's still other people in this flipped over ambulance. I'll figure it out. So
Can I ask, what is the scope of Alpha's teleportation capability in this sort of situation? How many people can he teleport?
Without the communicators that you guys use to actually pinpoint your locations, it's very limited. Generally, it's
So he
kind of
Amp away all of the students.
nope.
Is he gonna manage to get everyone in the ambulance or just the patient?
He will basically be taking,
The injured bodies.
yeah,
I mean, that's all of them.
yeah.
All 3 people in that ambulance are injured.
He will be taking the ambulance essentially at
Okay,
this
cool.
point.
That's fine. That's fine. Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't just one of them, and then we have 2
No.
more unconscious people. Okay, cool. Cool.
does that take away one of the charges of my med kit? Just to make sure.
Nope, they had equipment on the bus.
Okay.
Sorry,
On the
can I
ambulance.
ask one more question in regards to the teleportation? Goodness.
You can ask on your turn.
One more thing. Do I can I, because it's flipped over, right? Or
It's
flipped sideways?
kind of
Is there
leaning
like a-
into it diagonally.
okay, like a broken window I can peek my head out of? Of
There are
In the
no
back
side
of
or
an
whatever?
ambulance?
No windows on the back or the side. You can see out of the front,
I
so
don't
you
know.
can
I'm not
see
a
the
real
water.
medic. I don't know what
Yeah,
ambulance is.
There's no windows basically on any of the parts where the
Okay.
patient would be for privacy, but you could see through the windscreen. and basically see the ocean.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's fine. I'll leave it. I'll just check. Move towards another injured person and check them out. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stick to the ambulance for now.
So Sarah's turn.
All right. Dang it! Every time we're gonna bip. We're gonna jump.
Do you know you just used 20 feet of movement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, geez. Okay, that's plenty. Bloop. We're gonna land right here. I'm gonna use my last quip to give Cal 2 more upshifts. And then I'm going to remember that I have extra attack this round. And I'm going to attack Goldar twice.
Goldar does have cover, so it'll be a 2 downshift for ranged
You're not going to help
attacks.
the people in the burning cars?
I mean, Sarah's not. That's not Sarah's bit.
Sarah's distracting with the pew-pews.
Okay. So 2 downshifts. Okay. I'm going for willpower again.
Okay.
So negating that, and then did it before. So what's my number?
21.
21 again. Okay.
Cool. Another story point down. Definitely using story points for sure. 100%.
Are we just hoping at this point?
Always.
Okay.
Never give up hope. We're Power Rangers, damn it.
The grid is powered by hope.
If you
What
think I'm going to
is-
give in to despair, you asked the wrong person to come here.
What is quite interesting for you guys and the chat is that when Peter and Michael and I were talking the other day, we was doing something else. He was pointing out to me that as he had been trapped in that bubble for quite a while, he'd have been able to get an assessment of Goldar's capabilities using his martial artist influence perk. And
the fact that he's watched countless previous fights.
Yeah. What it does is it tells you whether or not they would be better than, equal to, or worse than. And all of his questions came up as
He's better than you.
Goldar is better than you. Toughness, better than
Every
you.
way.
Evasion, better than you. Willpower, better than you. Cleverness, better than you. Health, better than you.
Bigger than you,
I mean-
heavier than you.
I'm fairly certain I know how hard I'd need to roll to hit his toughness. Because that's all I can hit. And let's just say I'm going to have difficulty with that.
Is
So
it
the
21 for both shots?
21 for both shots. Yep.
So close.
Oh,
Wait, do you have a 1? Do you have a 1 and a high skill die you can reroll? Nope.
hold on.
Unfortunate.
I do.
No, you got a 1 on the D2. That's not going to help.
It might.
Turning that into a 2 is not
'cause
going to
the
help.
4 still counts.
It's not an ad. It's
Right,
it's whichever.
it's
It's the
16.
highest
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
mind. That's fair. All right. Well, I missed.
The
Good effort.
That's
Good effort.
turn.
2 shots slam into the side of the
Of Q.
pickup truck. One almost catches Q as Goldar holds him aloft as his personal shield. Goldar fortunately
this.
takes no damage from either shot.
Damn
Which
it.
brings us to Cal.
All right. There are still children in this bus.
Yep, half full. Or half empty.
Could you give
depending
me
on your
a
perspective.
half empty? Could you give me a you know how you make a circle on the map by holding
Mhm.
like pointing, where the children are concentrated?
Basically, I was trying to do it on OBS and not Google.
That's okay.
Here.
That's fair. But like on the bus, though, like
Oh, They're
Like the
all
ones
on the back end of the bus.
They're all on the back end of the
Yep.
bus? Cool, I'm leaping out of here with this. I'm going to pick up this unconscious man and I'm coming out of this bus.
As you go to pick him up, you find that he is possibly
bomb.
one of the only bus drivers in America, the world, who actually has his seatbelt on.
All right. Is it in what am I doing to get him out of this seatbelt?
You have to cut the seatbelt off as it is mangled in the impact.
Fantastic.
Standard
All right.
action.
Take my standard action. I'll hand it over to you. Transaction. Take this standard action to, I guess, blade blaster, because like I don't.
Just summon
It
the
was
blade.
so awkward to use the bladed part of the tonfa.
Just summon the blade.
Yeah,
and
I'm just gonna take the normal knife. So take a free action as well. Take my free action. Take this standard action.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the man up and I'm getting out of this bus. 90-foot jump.
Okay. Go for it.
To do that.
Bang.
Seems like we're okay.
As you jump over the students, they are still climbing off the bus, and Peter sees the one who did initially ask about Mr. Johnson look over. He's like, "Yeah, the Yellow Ranger was always my favourite."
Oh, well, that's changed my mind and what I was going to do in the next term.
Were you gonna fuck these kids?
Exactly. Now we commit murder on Goldar. Yes.
Flip the bus. There's my one.
Anything
Wheels on the
else,
bus. Go
Chantal?
off the bridge.
I'd like to put him down.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm no longer holding him.
Are you gonna put him
I-
down or
you
put
wanna-
him down?
No. Also, can I put out a call to the Lightspeed rescue? Is that an action? Can I just be like, guys?
You can put out a call to the Lightspeed
Rescue is
team.
in the name.
Yeah, I'd
forgot
like
do that.
I'd like to send a message to Lightspeed Rescue. Urgent assistance needed. My location, right now. Yesterday,
You
in
get-
fact.
a response not from Lightspeed, but from Kruger.
The operator. Damn it.
Tor.
All right.
Tor. Ranger. Lightspeed are currently engaged with Ryan.
Wow, that's unfortunate for everyone involved.
It's
Yeah, that's
Selfie.
that's my whole everything. So yeah, I think I did good. I'm gonna take that.
With the fire having grown higher with the inclusion of the fuel from the van, the people in the van are rushing to get out. You can see one of them basically kicks the door open in his rush. They scramble away and towards the limo. One of
Smoking
them
kills.
even throws what appears to be some sort of really thick, heavy-looking blanket over the backside of the limo. Moments after they do this, the van explodes, sending shrapnel flying everywhere,
Oh,
bits
cool.
of glass.
Hi, I'm right here.
Is there anything we can do just to like starfish our bodies so that children don't get killed by shrapnel?
Make me non-combat initiative checks.
Cool. I have
You
edge on these.
Yep. Everybody, go ahead. Difficulty is 5.
Yeah. Don't forget your upshifts, Cal.
Ah, dang it. That's a real shame. But I'll still take it.
Wait, do I have to use my upshift on the next roll?
That's how the quips and speeches works.
Or can I not choose what one I use it on? Then do I have to do an initiative roll? Can I choose not to do it?
You can choose not
You
to
wanna
do
just
it
take
and
the
leave the
damage?
kids to, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I beat a 5. 21.
You do indeed beat a 5.
Fantastic.
Michael?
Cool.
Ouch.
Peter?
Oh, do I still have to do it even though he...
No,
I mean-
I'm
There's one person protecting the kids so far. There's
I don't want
That's
to waste
me.
my...
like
here
30
on
kids.
this week.
Sarah, I appreciate the hustle, but I don't think you're going to be able to help.
I had an idea. And
Sarah's
I know
helping the security.
I had an idea, and I know that if I am able to do it, it's going to be a difficult check. So I kind of wanted those 2 bloody upshifts.
We're Power Rangers, man.
Fuck's sake.
Language.
Fuck it.
Language.
There's 2.
Bang.
You're gonna start getting downshifts.
And
Yeah.
do you know what's really annoying about that? I rolled exactly the same as when I rolled before without the upshifts. I got 20.
Cool. Fantastic. Terrible, but
So
fantastic.
that was a complete bloody waste.
Between the 3 of you, you're able to sort of throw yourselves on top of the security guard, the students, shielding them.
Just for posterity's sake, if whoever was in the green car is dead, like...
As we shift over to Peter's turn.
Indeed. So I wanted to ask a question about the teleportation-ness. If one of us are, like, say I'm touching someone, they're touching someone else, would the teleporter teleport everyone in connection with that device?
No.
Right. Then my next question would be, can Pete take off his communicator, make a technology roll to try and increase the range on it so that he can give it to
Not
one of the kids
as
to
an
teleport
action.
them to safety?
Not as an action. It's something you could do,
Okay.
but it would be taking more time than 6 seconds.
I was just wondering if it was a thing where he could just smash the bloody thing open and just be like,
No,
if I rejigger this and
not
rejigger
as-
this, go!
No, not as 6 seconds.
Damn. Then, instead, the kids are safe. Can I use a
Relatively
story
speaking.
point? Yeah, relatively speaking. Can I use a story point to summon a fire extinguisher from the command center?
I mean, you could grab the fire extinguisher that's probably in the back of the bus.
Cool, let's grab that. Boom, boom. Fire, try and put out this fire here.
Okay.
Or do you need me to roll?
No action to try and put out the fire.
Cool. And does that mean I can still do things?
No one in chat say anything about whether or not you can actually fire extinguisher an oil fire. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Let's not touch it. We're just going to ignore
Just
it.
just for reference as well, obviously, I've moved away from the bus. I have taken my sword with me. All of the kids are off the bus now, I assume, yes?
Yep.
Cool, I've
Hopefully.
taken my sword with me.
Did
I mean,
we
look,
check?
we got to the end of initiative, so you just didn't say anything when it got to their turn.
They did. I was saying they were coming out of the bus as you jumped over them.
Okay, then yeah, they're out of
Yeah.
the bus. Fantastic.
The
Cool.
bus
Put the
sort of
fires out.
teeters and falls off of the side as you rush over with your fire extinguisher to try and put out the fire. And as you attempt to put out the fire, equipped with a fire extinguisher not suited to the task,
Whatever.
That's why I asked if I could grab one from the bloody command center.
The super one.
J
Is-
and I'm being specific when I'm saying J.
Because it's not Q.
Yeah.
Would you like to do the thing?
Yeah. So at that point, you hear Q's voice go, freeze program, and everything's.
I knew it. I knew it. Somebody pick up that phone, Matthew.
Because he effing called it.
Yes!
Yep, had a feeling.
I did set a contingency in my own head for what I would do if this was the case. So we're gonna wait. I mean, if we're still in any kind of initiative, we can wait till it gets to me. If not, I can say what I'm going to do right now.
Q clears the bridge of traffic and stuff, so it's then just them. And no, actually, he just collapses the program so that they find themselves back in the training chamber. And he
What?
says, from my time in space when I was with Jason and the team, he said one of the biggest regrets he had was not being able to train for the impossible decisions until they were already there. And this was all about making the impossible decisions.
Dude, you Kobayashi Maru'd us. Not cool. I get it, but not cool.
Sophie removes her helmet and she looks miserable.
Now, like, the nice touch with
question.
Goldar, like,
Question: everything we just did aside, was that call to Kruger real, or was that also?
No.
Okay, cool. So they're not fighting. Okay, cool. So we don't have to help them with Ryan. Good to know.
Yeah, no.
was Goldar in the park? Or was that also simulation?
That was the plan. This is above table now. The plan that Q had was after Goldar had next attacked, was that would be the perfect time to
Make him attack
provided
again.
that he had attacked and then left, and that he wasn't up to something somewhere else. That's what Protocol G was. It was so Q's secret time that he's been spending without anybody else there, like up in a computer room with Alpha, has been creating this training
Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, basically to put us into an impossible choice position. But there was no way that Q could do it with himself being in the simulation actively. And
I mean, look,
He should have programmed the simulation to have a version of him to act as he would in those situations, so that we could then have a feel of what it would be like to try and defeat one of these situations as an entire team.
I mean,
But
look,
none of
Q's
us know
not that-
how we'll act in that.
if
There's always a chance that one of us could get taken out of action. So.
here's where roleplay is really important, right? Because if it was me, if Panic was there, I'd kick you in the nuts.
Yeah.
For this.
If somebody did it to me, I'd kick them in the nuts too.
But it just so happens that Cal completely agrees with this choice, with this plan of action. So Cal's like, nice job. Good.
Oh, Pete does as well. He completely understands it, and he'll look at Q and be like, "Nice touch with Goldar as well." I had to think for a second then.
Excellently done.
I feel like Pete made the right choice in not directly going to attack Goldar. He put his personal feelings aside and saved the children.
Yep.
He has
This
grown
was
as a
all
person.
about saving the other people.
Pour one out for the guy in that green car.
Sophie was
Yeah.
I saved them.
I mean, look, not
So we
before the car in front of it exploded.
Sophie is just standing there quietly.
I was a little preoccupied holding a bus.
No blame. None at all.
So, seeing that Sophie is visibly upset, he comes over and says, "You okay?
We done here?
You're up."
Am I muted?
I thought you were on mute for a second. No, you're okay. You moved, but nothing. I was just like, oh.
I'll be fine. Are we done here?
Yeah, if you've got elsewhere to be elsewhere. But if you want to chat, I get that this was a stinker.
Sophie looks at Q, and then she looks at Peter, and then she walks out of the training room.
I feel like Cal, I don't know if Cal would be having this conversation with someone, probably Peter, if anyone, but he's at the very least in his head going over like, all right, things that weren't expected that need to think about. The chains wasn't something that I thought about until I was actually chained up. We need to think about that more often. Potential lockdown of environment. Like he's just running the scenario back in his head and being like, okay, these things we did well here. This was unexpected and should be expected. Like he's just I don't know if Peter would be okay with talking about that with him right now.
I was just about to say he would. Pete would definitely be thinking the same things. Like, so he.
Yeah,
Pete says what he thinks. So
we're comparing notes.
Yeah, and then obviously while we're talking, as he sees Sophie leave, he'll kind of like just be like, "Sorry, dude, 1 sec." He'll walk up to Q and just say, "Yo, everything all right?" I'm guessing she wasn't too happy about the whole situation.
Nope, which I get because, whereas we've always come at this from a fighting standpoint, Sophie has
always been there for the helping the other people.
Exactly. And I threw her into a situation that was emotionally charged, and there were injured people who she absolutely rushed to help and couldn't have done anything more right. But I get that she is probably going to need some time.
Yeah, it's best probably just to let her cool off a little bit. I'll talk to her though.
Okay.
It's about this point you get.
Did you have to make that bus like as heavy as a real bus? By the way.
Yeah.
Like, my arms are killing me, dude.
Do more push-ups.
Yeah.
You got a lot
of. You know how much I train.
You do, but you train for combat scenario. Your fighting muscles are great. Your standing muscles are not.
My holding muscles aren't.
He turns to Sarah.
Yeah, at this point she walks up, punches you in the shoulder. I thought you were dead, you jerk.
Oh yeah, dude. Sorry, would have come to save you sooner, but kids.
People take priority. You're a ranger. We've got that.
Yeah, we kind of decided it wasn't a good idea for me to attempt to go after Goldar. So.
Yeah, Q looks at Sarah and says, "In the choice between me or any of us and saving the innocent, you pick them first. If they're kidnapping one of us, they're probably going to keep us alive for something, so there's always time."
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, you didn't steal any cars, so that's a bonus.
Where are you parked?
There's still time.
I understand, and I mean, so only somebody had to distract the giant gold dog, trying to get him to drop you, but
Yeah. Also, you've given me a lot of ideas. So if like you don't need me for anything, I have a lab to go to.
Okay, well, and check in on Sophie, yeah?
She'll probably be either in her room or in the lab, so I'll swing by on the way.
Awesome. I'm gonna shower because the real fight with Goldar, well, the real fight where he appeared, yeah, he's not pleasant up close.
Oh,
yep, trust me.
Speaking of things, I had a little bit of conversation with Dr. K. There's more to that rocket than they're letting on.
They trying to actively go to the moon?
I don't know. I mean,
we have files from Emigrant and that, don't we? So wouldn't we know about this anyway?
Well,
they wouldn't obviously tell us because they don't know who we are, but we know who they are.
Yeah, he was being cagey. Like I asked him point blank if there was anything unusual or weird they were working on with that rocket beyond just going to space, and yeah, there's something more to it. So we should, go check on Sophie, but you should look into that.
It's probably the kind of. So we do know, don't we, about obviously the plans to build things.
You have plans from them The question is whether or not you have actively kept up on top of everything you've gotten from them, on top of everything else.
This is Pete you're talking to.
I know this is Pete I'm talking to. I personally still think that this would be too much to be keeping on top of everything else. You can make a technology check to check on the, like, to look them up, to find them. Alternatively, somebody could look up Dr. K to see what he is a doctor of. Yeah. That may give some inkling.
Psychology, definitely.
Pete will ask Sarah then. What in particular did you ask them about?
Oh, I mean, just if there was anything else that they were throwing into space, like any unusual, like why would they be targeted? Why would the Tengas be trying to kidnap him if they were just trying to go to space? Like, we go to space all the time. Like, no big deal. So yeah, it's definitely something more that they're doing.
To find out what. Well, we know. Yeah. I'll just do the technology roll. Why not? It's what I'm good at. He says it's what I'm good at. For the first time in ages, my dice doth deceive me. I rolled a 15.
I mean, a
That's
15 is
pretty good
still
still.
pretty decent. And
That's pretty
for the
shit for the
record,
dice I get to roll.
the alternative to a technology roll was going to a computer, opening up Google and typing in Dr.space K.
Yeah, but then I'd still have to do a technology check to see what they have specifically been working on at Emigrant in the files that we've got. So I may as well just look at that anyway.
You track down the files on the ship. There's quite a lot of them. It's a very extensive project. Unlike Q's joke earlier in the day, it's not built for ants. It is built at a much greater scale.
It's built for men.
It
Manly
is built
men.
for adults.
Men in tights.
People like
Um,
And in time,
people like pull up the information and like just share it with everyone else. Be like, it's probably just working on like being a bit cagey about it. I won't worry about it too much. I've got
you
a
do
satellite
find
systems monitoring them. So
he
we do find.
is on several projects, one of which is a weapons system being installed on the ship.
Okay.
You
You might want to worry about this bit.
I wouldn't say so, because, like, look, it's common knowledge at this point, I think, that there are enemies in space.
Yeah.
That there are hostile entities in space. I feel like every spaceship from now on needs to have weapons on it.
But what kind of weapon is it?
That's the important part. That's the distinction.
There are energy weapons, much like some of the Zord weapons and some of the smaller Ranger scale weapons that the Lightspeed Rangers use.
That makes
share
sense,
A lot
but-
of the technology, and it looks to have basically been scaled up.
Makes sense. Like,
So,
spacefaring, monsters and whatnot.
so is Dr. K, he's a weapons designer? Is that his specialty?
One of. He does a lot of work in. He has several doctorates, mostly in physics, particle physics.
I think that helps explain why he was so gung-ho trying to get in there and swing on a Tenga with his tie bow.
You go, sorry, what?
Taibo
Yeah. Taibo.
is the martial art that's all about redirecting energy, but like in a passive way. It's not like
Nope.
Aikido where you use it like Taibo is like
Taibo is a cardio sport, not Tai Chi. You're thinking Tai Chi. Taibo is literally just exercise and not really a combat
interesting.
martial art. Yeah. Why did I lose the stream?
Interesting plan. I don't know. Why did you lose the stream? Skill issue? I'm sorry.
Weird.
I'm sorry for what I said.
So, weapons. I mean, it makes sense. No, don't get me wrong, but I think that they probably want either him to build weapons for them or to counter the weapons he's already built, or both. I mean,
I've got him being monitored for now.
World enders, and they're not trying to build a moon that can destroy whole planets, then.
Well, and I told him he needs to double his security and probably get just a permanent light speed on him for the moment. So
if he could,
you should help Kelsey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it works directly for Emigrant, they're using our technology and Lightspeed's technology. So after this, I would hope it's just an automatic. Oh, we need to protect you better.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Although we can all agree they haven't always made the smartest of decisions, so maybe it might be a good idea
neither
just
have
to
we.
give them a shout. Yeah, neither have we. But
always
might be
always
a good
good
idea
to
just
collab.
to give them a
Always
shout.
good to collaborate.
Pete is definitely still salty about that bloody bio lock on the titanium morpher.
It is still weird. It's really weird that Goldar showed up and threw a tantrum and then left.
Can we? Yeah, that's so interesting, right?
Yeah, like he
came in, killed a Tengu, woke up the other ones, and then left.
Yeah.
From Pete's scanning and that, did he find anything else in the area that Goldar might have been after?
Nope.
Also, well, I don't know if you guys want to walk and talk, but I wanted to go ask Alpha, like, what the Tengus are. Are they aliens? Are they creations? What are they? Because we have a couple corpses now, I guess.
Are we doing some autopsies?
I'm hoping.
Cat lab coat comes back out again.
Yeah. I mean, look, even if I'm not the one doing it, we have the bodies. I would like to know what they are.
I mean, if we're doing autopsy, we probably need Sophie.
I would just like
that's
to
probably
make
a bad idea right now.
Brief above the table comment here where
yeah, what's up? What's good?
We cannot do an autopsy.
And made it possible for the first time ever, as far as I am aware, to perform an autopsy in a Power Rangers game. Have I given an opportunity for a second? Because I was told it wasn't possible.
You'll be telling Book Dad tomorrow. You'll never guess
I
what.
have.
Listen, all you have to do is ask her. I mean, step one is finding her, and then asking her. It'll be fine.
Just find where she is, signature-wise, and teleport.
Yeah, go check on her, Pete. Make sure she's okay. We'll give her some time to cool down, and then we'll do some autopsies or whatever.
So
it doesn't mean right now.
How much time has passed before Peter goes to look for Sophie?
Like 10 minutes, maybe. We've just been kind of chatting.
Okay,
not long.
10 minutes.
He's given her just a little time to cool up.
Just chilling, cooling down after the workout, talking about what we did. So
also, if Peter's looking for her signature in the command center, does it tell him a specific location or just like a general area or room? Does it tell him where in the room she is? I'd
like to point out, I am still morphed, so I can just see where you are.
Yeah, but is it just which room, or is it specifically where she is in the room?
If he's looking for a signature, it would be like on a computer. It would tell her, well, it would tell him where to teleport to.
It would tell him to tell.
If he,
It would.
Tell
Oh,
me.
yeah, no, I'm like fully scanning to find her. Tech
yeah.
roll?
No,
it would
he would-
depend
he
on
would-
her
he
being
would-
morphed.
She's not morphed.
Then no.
If you're not morphed, you can't see the.
Mhm.
I can still search for using the computers. I could still search for her energy signature, couldn't I?
Yep.
Duh. People do that.
Make me a technology check. Difficulty is going to be 18.
Yes, dear boy. I rolled a 17 on the D20, and I rolled a 1 on the D6.
Nice.
That'll do, Pig.
I get edge on technology rolls as well. I rolled a 5 on the other 20. But yeah.
Does it tell him specifically where in the room, or just a room in general?
It's more like it gives him just a location in space to teleport to. Like almost like coordinates
I just
Yeah.
poof
on
next
an
to you.
XYZ axis.
You teleport next to the console like desk area she usually uses, but you don't see her at first glance. She's there, obviously.
So, if you're here. I mean, I know you're here. The
Under the desk.
teleporty sent me here. Just see this green head come down. Because I am still more.
under the desk. Well, first you see the console has been lit, like she was working on something. At first
Can I take a
glance,
look At
you
the
see
screen.
you see. Oh yeah, it's immaculate. But you see the Titanium Ranger's spectrum profile, and like a map of the Morphin grid. And then you see her under
I'm
the
gonna start
desk.
looking.
You see her under the desk with like her knees, like she's curled up, knees up. And she looks up and her eyes are puffy, but like there's no tears on her face, but her eyes are puffy, like she's post cry.
You okay, babe?
Yeah, that was a lot. I just
It was, but I understand why he did it. It makes sense.
you don't.
It sucked, but
It just. It felt like the last time.
I know it was a bit of a desperate situation. But I think that was the point.
I know.
We had to make hard decisions, and from what we did, I feel like we did the right thing, and it taught us, where we lack and where we need to develop. Now, I'm really sorry, but quick question: what's this? And he like points at the screen because Pete is very distracted by this right now.
He's not corrupted, and she stands up and she doesn't use the chair or whatever that she usually sits at, and she points to the file and she says, if you look here, there's no corruption there. It's not like, the Ranger Slayer or the Psycho Rangers where there's some level of corruption. I've been trying to crack this for weeks. There is no answer here.
He was raised by demons.
I hate it when there are no answers. I can't just keep talking to this guy until he believes me.
Maybe talking to him isn't the thing that's going to work in this occasion. We have the MGD. We can strip him of his morphed powers. Like, once he's demorphed, he'll be easier to handle. We can take
do
care
that?
of that then.
No! That's the problem. I can't. I don't feel good stripping him of his connection to the grid if it's not corrupted, Peter.
It's not permanent, though. Like, we just need a way to stop him for the time being so we can try and talk to him. While he's got the ability to morph, he can easily handle, like, the team. And if anyone comes to back him up, like, we've got a problem.
And she just kind of slams her fist on the desk, kind of in frustration. I just hate not having answers.
I know, I get that, but sometimes you have to, like, act on something before you get the answers. So we need to stop him first, and then find out why he's doing what he's doing. But also, what's this? And he points at, like, the information mapping the morphing grid. Why are you looking at this?
Pet project of mine,
And why haven't you told me about it sooner? Because if I'm reading this right, what you're planning to do sounds really dangerous and really stupid to try and do on your own, darling. Like, I mean that in the nicest way. This doesn't look smart.
thoughts about that. And she pulls out she pulls out the green necklace. And then she also pulls out her blue Zeo shard. She puts the blue Zeo shard on the counter and she says, "So, I have this. This gives me the ability to blink in and out of the grid. If I can find a way to extend the duration of my trips, I could travel in and out through the Zeo crystal shard. I wouldn't stay. I'd be able to just come in and travel in and out." And then
I understand in principle. I understand the theory, but still trying to attempt to do it on your own. Like, if you had to come to me, I would have helped with this.
You would have tried to stop me.
I would have tried to stop you from doing it on your own. But if people's be going for adventures in the morphing grid, damn straight, I'm either coming with you or helping. I'm not just going to let you do that on your own.
Do you have the ability to teleport in and out of the grid?
Maybe not teleport in, maybe not teleport myself out, but maybe tether you here to make sure that you don't get stuck.
And then she holds the green key and she says, "How many blue spectrum rangers hold a piece of green spectrum energy?"
I mean, that's a good question. I can tell you the answer to that. As far as I know, 1. But
so we can use this. We just have to put our brains together and figure this out.
And that's my point. Put our brains together.
Look, honestly, I wasn't sure if you were going to try to stop me. That's why I didn't say anything.
I'm definitely not happy about it, but I'm pretty sure once you've put your mind to something, I'm not going to be able to stop you from doing it, so I may as well try and make it as safe as possible.
Great, because there's another part to this plan besides the traveling that you might not be so happy about.
And what's that?
And she kind of shifts the map to where there might be, like, where the corrupted rangers might ping. And she says, this part. And that's where she's trying to, like, track, like, the Ranger Slayer and stuff on the Morphin Grid. And she's like, "So this is the actual dangerous part of the idea? This is where I was actually concerned you're going to try to stop me." I'm still trying to figure out a way to clear the corruption. If there was something I could do and figure out.
Can I say I would like to dub it as the negative morphing grid, just for shits and gigs. Yes, Matt. Yes. Don't you look at me in that tone of voice.
Also, who do you think's most likely to try to stop me from doing this?
I mean, Q may have some words about it, but it's best to be open and honest with the team rather than trying to hide it. You know, strength in numbers as such, and we're a team. We don't do things that could potentially cost our lives and potentially other people's lives on our own. Like you said when I fought Goldar, like, we need to support each other. Like, we're a team now.
Sophie glares at Peter. Number one, her first thought in her mind was like hypocrite, but also he's using
my own wisdom against me.
Yeah.
And he can tell that she's glaring, and he's still got his helmet on, but he's like grinning like profusely underneath his helmet because he knows what you're thinking.
I hate it when you talk to me with your helmet on. At least take it off if you're not going to demorph.
Sorry, I forget. Okay, I'm so used to being in the suit now. I forget I'm wearing it.
And then she says, "You're probably right."
So we'll go and talk to the team about this, but also, Tengu autopsy?
She sighs, and then there's the slightest trace of a smile.
Could be fun.
Immediately, can I just say, like, immediately she just speeds out of the lab. She's just gone.
Autopsy Sophie incoming, and just texts the rest of the group. To the lab!
Okay.
And as we walk into the lab, we just see Cal standing there magnificently in his lab coat and his glasses.
Cal is eating fried chicken.
You know when you put on your lab coat and everything, your glasses, can it be like a Sailor Moon like suit up moment?
I mean, the way I always pictured it was that it's like a blink and you miss it, right? It's like, so he's not there wearing anything, and suddenly the camera shifts like so that he's out of frame, and in the next frame he has it on.
So it's kind of like the Bruce Almighty clothes. Just changing his outfits. I had in my head the Bruce Almighty take off my clothes, but in reverse. You just stand there like that, and it just comes on.
It comes on.
Like an alternative morph, rather than morphing into the morph suit.
Science powers ho!
It just appears. Like
Sophie appears and she says, "Show me the bodies."
Oh, thank God! I was like putting it off because I didn't want to start. I just got
one
lunch.
there.
Yeah, they're over there.
Two halves there.
pointing to the autopsy table.
You might want to autopsy that one. As he points to the whole one.
I'm gonna autopsy the whole one, but Sophie, as a former pre-med student and has morbid curiosity, and she's probably also gonna check out the split one.
Just to see how cleanly I cut it.
No, just to check out the anatomy. You know how I know in high school I had to do a frog dissection, so
I wasn't allowed to do that.
Anyway, I am going to do that check now.
I give you the help action, but I don't think you need it, right? You already have edge and upshift.
So I have a question for the GM.
Yes. You have.
So does the EMT perk, the community helper perk, count as well as the EMT crash course perk? Because it's double edge.
No, because the No, you'd only get one.
Because they're both medicine.
You'd
Yeah, but
only
then
get
wouldn't
one.
the second edge just be an upshift?
It's only when it specifically says that you would get extra edge.
What if I spent my last idea point of the day?
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't
Okay.
think you. I offer help, but I don't think you need it. Like straight up.
You can still...
Okay, Cal,
Yeah.
Cal,
you said
just
Narratively help.
hold this.
Yeah.
Hold the body still.
Narratively, I will help, but yeah,
As he's
don't need
standing
the
there
money.
trying not to yak.
What are you talking about?
It's not there.
Cal's not bothered in the slightest. He's literally
Not at all.
helping and still eating,
Is it
Eating
an,
fried chicken.
but like leaning
up-
over because he doesn't want to
Is it
drop
an
anything.
Yeah. Don't want to drop any crumbs or grease in the body.
Yeah.
is it an upshift? Oh no, yeah, it's because if I use my idea point, it's an upshift, correct? Second edge.
1 second. I'm going to use my super fancy GM screen instead of looking it up, because it actually does have the class features for the Blue Ranger. It has all the class features, but it doesn't have that class feature.
It's a medicine
It does.
check.
So you'd get edge. It's edge again. It's not additional edge. So the problem would be it needs to specifically say additional edge, but there's not been anything realistically that
Alright.
says additional edge. So we're going to say yes. You will get edge and an upshift for this, because it's all very medically focused. We will say you get edge and an upshift. Because this
It's
is
medicine.
basically something that kind of came about way after it came out.
Medicine, yeah. I have the specialization. Giddy up, fistful of dice.
Difficulty is 20.
My god, yes! Oh, that's a 3, not a 4. Okay, that was not a crit.
1
23.
You
So what do we want to know about this Tenga warrior, as Sophie is just trying to... She's plucking feathers and, like, trying
Yeah,
to...
just, what is this thing?
out of curiosity, who is in the room? Is everybody there?
Cal is.
Q is not.
I have errands to run, so I left.
Sarah's
I'd say
just
Pete is, yeah.
"No."
I don't care about the
Skip those
autopsy. I just
parts.
had shit to do.
Okay.
I mean, the autopsy was my idea.
I mean, Pete's in the lab as well. He's maybe not, like, overseeing what's going on there. He's working on his own thing in the corner.
Okay. You find out several things. The Tenga appear to reproduce via eggs. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You find that they seem to have different variations. There's some sort of trait that activates in them, some genetic feature. Some are born as warriors, born literally to fight. Some are born to perform magic, a variation
So,
of priests or mages.
Avian in nature?
Very
And
much
she
avian
just-
in nature.
And they
He's
are
writing this down.
actually aliens and not like homunculuses, right?
No, they are very much alien. They appear to have been brought from a planet very far away and are reproducing, from the looks of it, on the moon in great numbers very quickly.
Hell.
Chinchillas.
And she looks at Cal and she says, yeah, here's all the information. And she, she has a tablet and she just hands it over to Cal.
Interesting.
That's a
I
lot.
wonder if... How are their vocal cords? Are they similar in structure to humans?
Similar enough that they could talk. They could have
Okay,
a conversation.
I'm actually thinking about it the other way around. I'm like, could human vocal cords reproduce the sounds of a Tenga?
Yeah,
Could we talk their language
yeah.
without ruining ourselves? Okay,
Might be
something
uncomfortable.
to talk with Peter about.
Is there anything they can tell that would indicate towards like a weakness in particular that they have?
Nothing physically.
Well,
Spiders.
you see, here are
Giant
here's the
alien
organs.
spiders, like those spiders that eat birds.
Here, if you hit it really hard in this area, there's an organ here, and I mean,
You notice
They don't
that
they don't have testicles, but they have an approximation.
the
Here's
part
the
of the
damage.
brain that would respond to fear is enlarged.
The amygdala?
That fight or flight
Oh.
mechanic appears to be much more
Genetically
pronounced.
disposed.
Pete would be very much interested in that information.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to share the information. Like, this isn't.
Flight
Cal is doing
seems
this
to be
so
their
that he can know his enemy.
primary choice. Courage is not a word in the Tenga dictionary. Like, literally, if you got a Tenga dictionary right now, just to try and learn the language, there wouldn't be a courage.
Dang.
Let me just check my Tenga dictionary that I handily have.
have a
I'd like to use a
question.
story point to find a Tenga dictionary.
100%. I mean, it's a language
Wait.
known throughout the
I
universe.
was kidding!
Nope, too late. Story
Nah,
point gone.
take
You're
a
down to
story point.
6.
No! No! I'm just holding the dictionary. No!
Matt, I have a question.
I'm going to go
If
to
I
Anne and then to
give-
Michael, and then I'm going to go to other
Okay.
Michael.
If I give this information to the team, do the people with the martial artist perk then get to use it for their martial artist perk?
Interesting. I would say they've had enough time fighting the Tenga, and yeah, we can do this. I need to open the Tenga character sheet.
Here are the sensitive parts.
Here are their squishy bits.
Kids,
Cal,
here,
you're going to
punch
want to
here.
aim for this.
Exactly. Where are
It's
the tengasticles?
a
Tentacles.
diagram. It's a diagram that marks all of the sensitive areas, and then there's a specific one that says "Cal hit here."
With
Got
martial
you.
artists,
You're a
get
peach,
to
Sophie.
find out if you are equal to, if they're superior to you or inferior to you. Threat level, toughness, and evasion defense. Okay? So
Sick. Write that down, boys.
tell
'cause
me
I won't.
your toughness for the people who have martial arts, which I think is just Peter and Q.
21.
Morphed or unmorphed?
Eva?
That's my morph.
Let's go unmorphed.
Obviously. Okay, unmorphed. 17.
17. You are their superior. Evasion.
17.
15.
You are their superior. And you're level 6, so you are their superior in threat level as well. Technically.
Nice. Technically.
I mean, you guys don't really have a threat level, you have a level.
I wouldn't want to mess with a threat level 6 Tenga.
Be
That seems
careful
When I
what
like
you
rebirth.
don't wish for.
Anyway,
Whilst this autopsy is going on, what is Sarah up to, errands wise?
Well, I have demorphed, obviously. Popped into a thrift store and
You
have
say
purchased
obviously,
Yeah. I've purchased a purse that is just, a little bigger than a 9mm. It is black, it's pink, it's shiny, it's got fucking right. Whoop.
There's another one. Everyone gets one. Everyone gets one. Michael took Michael took 2, but
You've had like 3.
I've had 1. Today I've just had 1.
Yeah.
In the past, yes, I've gone over so many times.
Sarah has gotten a hold of a handy concealment location.
Yep. Black and pink, rhinestones, shiny purse, and she goes to the dorm room and takes out that file she bought and files off the serial numbers of the pistol.
I kind of thought that's where that was going. Okay.
That was my plan. That's it.
Q, you get a response to a text message you sent. It says, "Sup? Yeah, I'm Kyle. I thought you looked like an interesting person. It'd be really nice to get to know you. We've got a gig coming up soon. Maybe you could come watch and we could hang out afterwards."
First time.
You will respond with sounds good, exclamation mark. Where and when, question mark.
We are performing at... I like Michael's face, just kind of like eyes widening as he's like, we're performing where?
Like,
What?
I'm hearing
When?
this.
How? We are performing at the quad at the UCAG campus. Just a little show next weekend, 7 o'clock.
He just looks cool. Comment. See you there! Exclamation mark. Smiley face.
You do really need to name the band. This is correct. Just at some point. I'll say in game time.
Howling Pride.
You've probably got 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
Just a heads up. 2 or 3 real weeks to come up with a name. Maybe don't listen to chat. Chat are not full of helpful ideas. For the record.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that one.
Name yourselves the carrier pigeons.
The Rangers, because everything at UCAG is the Rangers.
The Rangers and in parentheses alt.
We call it Alexa stop.
Right.
Back at the command center, with the autopsy having been completed, Alpha is helpful in cleaning everything up. Peter has something to add.
Yes, you never come back to me, so I waited.
I apologise.
That is fine.
You are
from the autopsy.
Coming back to you now.
For the autopsy, can we have made a scan of the Tenga's brain to make a virtual model of it.
Literal bird brain.
I have a plan for things and stuff, okay?
Sorry,
To what end?
being Sophie.
To what end?
Yeah.
Their fear center is like more receptive than like normal things. Pete can come up with some ideas with that.
They're more prone to acting on fear, not more prone
Yeah.
to receiving fear signals.
But if there's a way to, that's why I want the model, so I can figure out how to stimulate that receptor in their brain to create some sort of grenade
Okay, but
that
for
like
the record,
shocks them
and
into
I'm
fight or
saying
flight.
it now with all of these people as witnesses, to do so, you are going to need to make science skill checks to understand a
How to-
brain.
Yep, that's
you
what
know-
I have Sophie for.
That's fine.
Here's,
When I
project.
ask you for a science
here's a
check
problem.
and you complain, I have said it in front of witnesses.
Well, that's what I was going
Here-
to say. That's why I have Sophie. She works on the
Here's-
science
here's-
portions of it. I work on the tech applications of it. I just
So
explain to her what I need.
So here's the problem. Sophie is very busy and very focused on her
That's a good point.
particular
That is a good point.
projects. So you're going to have to convince her with
Indeed,
a social check.
I do
With
also
a
have
social check.
other projects that Pete wants to work on as well, but that one for the Tenga Brain is just just a little idea that he's had in his head, like, I wonder if that's possible, just something to fiddle around with in the background. But while the others have been doing the autopsy and that, he has been specifically trying to like design some rescue tech off the back of the situation with the bus and the fires and all of that. So, yeah, is that something he could potentially do?
For the record, it's in writing.
It's just reflecting the screen, but I can probably says it's science check.
Peter has a Tenga brain model.
Cool.
Science. All capital.
Indeed. Again, though, that's not an important thing. That's just something I thought would be fun to fiddle with mechanically in the game. But yeah, is that something I could potentially create?
What? Again, you need to be slightly more specific than rescue things.
Well, in regards to rescue, like in the situation with the bus, for example, something that would have anchored that to the bridge so it couldn't have fallen off. So, say like a cabling, like high tensile strength cabling system
So some
that,
sort of
like I tried to
toolkit
do with the
that
dagger.
would apply to.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
different
Yes.
gadgets for different
Yes.
applications in it.
Yes.
He's just sitting there designing loads of things off of the back of that situation.
Yes. That is absolutely fine.
Awesome.
No, sorry. If you wanna wrangle Sophie into it, knowing what Peter knows now, I'm gonna make you roll for it. It's gonna be difficult for him to convince her.
It's fine.
It is-
That's not a massively important thing. It's just a funny idea I had for like an effect that could like make a Tenga run away for one turn in it, and then all of a sudden it comes to its senses and comes back. Like, but just to give us some time to act if we end up in a situation like we did, and there's Tengas to fight and people to
Yeah.
save.
No, I appreciate your creativity, but also Sophie is being Sophie right now. And then when Sophie kind of finishes the autopsy, she goes over to Peter and she kind of just asks, I don't know if Cal left the room. I guess it doesn't really matter. Is Cal still hanging out?
Yeah. I mean, look, Cal's got to go to bed. Cal needs sleep.
Okay.
And it's a good time to get some sleep. So
Okay.
Cal's gonna go work out. That's what he's gonna do.
He's
Cal's
gonna go
work out.
Instead of
So, Anne,
Yeah. Did
I
you
haven't
actually roll it?
I haven't rolled a D2 yet. And I rolled a
actually gonna
17.
roll- Wait, do you have like some persuasion?
I have 1 point in persuasion, so I roll with a D2.
Oh my god! This is the second time you've done this to me, Michael.
My lonely D20 just sitting there. I'm gonna flip the
On-
coin as well, just to see. I rolled an 18.
On that note,
Okay, you know what?
You will help me.
This is the second time I thought he would fail it, and he passed it. I'm dead. That's it. You win, Power Rangers, Michael. Yeah, just to kind of end the scene, Sophie walks over to Peter and she says, when do you want to talk to the team? I just want to get over it.
Oh, no.
Get it over with.
Maybe enough excitement for one day. We'll like get everyone together tomorrow and talk.
Okay.
on
All right.
that note, I would like to ask Peter, Michael first, their favourite scene for themselves and their favourite scene for another player.
Favorite scene for myself was genuinely making the decision not to try and punch Goldar in the face and like try and hold the bus in place. So I was quite growth.
Good moment
really
of
wanted-
personal growth.
Yeah, I really wanted
Can't
to
be
punch
mad
Goldar in
at
the face. Favorite moment for someone else because I was living through them in that moment. Sarah when she shot Goldar in the face twice.
When she crit.
She hit him. Yep, she hit him for me.
Anne. Favourite scene for
So-
Sophie and favourite scene for another player.
Okay, they're both kind of, sort of, technically for me, but also for someone else. Anyway, so the first bit, I'm going to say my favorite thing for me, even though it was miserable for Sophie, I loved it so much. Just looking at Peter and going, I'm sorry, and then bouncing out to the ambulance.
I'm sorry, little man.
No, it's more of just like, I'm sorry, because there's like so many levels to that, because she's usually the one that's like, don't run off. Also foreshadowing, it's kind of foreshadowing to other stuff. But she's just like, I'm sorry. And she goes to the ambulance. I love that for me. Also, the scene later, like Peter confronting Sophie, I love that. I wasn't sure where Michael was going to take it, but I'm like, this is a great conversation for them to have. It wasn't what I imagined that conversation to be, but it was great.
Pete,
I
like
love
me,
that.
isn't a massive fan of like a verbal confrontation.
Yeah.
So he's like passive aggressive with it.
Yeah, no. It was perfect. It was a very Peter move, right? Because I was like, I didn't know what that was gonna be like. I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, "Yep, okay, this is how Peter handles things when he disagrees with Sophie."
Dude, you're
I
trying
get
to
it.
enter an interdimensional space,
You're
and you're
being
trying
an
to do it
idiot.
without me. What's that about?
Yeah, no, and then him throwing her words back at her. It's just like, it made her mentally kind of like scream hypocrite, but also like, how dare you turn my words against me? That was so good. Good job.
Panic. Same thing.
Favorite scene for myself. Jumping into a bus and then jumping out of the bus without ever touching the ground. That was cool.
So,
I like that. I like that a lot.
I've got to be honest,
Favorite scene for
sorry.
someone else?
I liked you breaking the chains. Having watched an entire 10 minutes of Peter rolling to break those chains and failing, and you just being like, "Oh, smash!"
I mean, look, that's where my second one comes in, because I for sure would not have been able to do that without. I think the clutchest performance in that entire combat, Sarah using her quips and speeches to give us 2 upshifts on our next checks.
Yep.
That took my brawn from a D2 to a D6, which is incredible. That is how I got out.
The quips and speeches leveling up to 2 upshifts is a gold. It's
godlike.
absolute
Mhm.
I would not have gotten out without that in one turn.
Sarah showing off her Black Ranger awesomeness.
The best move in the entire session, from a strategy point. That was incredible to see.
I never got to play a Black Ranger at a high enough level, but yeah, it's such a good spectrum.
Funny
You have a high speed.
Michael, funny you say that in chat, because I can't actually use the 90-foot jump when I'm doing vigilante things.
Nope.
Aw,
That's a
that's
grid
sad.
power thing, and Cal specifically does not use any grid-related anything when he is doing that.
Oh, that's so sad. That would have been apt.
Just to confuse things, Michael, your favourite scene for Sarah and your favourite scene for another player.
Well, for myself, it was buying my supplies for my new toy. It's time. We've learned that you can, in fact, shoot these aliens with real guns. So, let's go.
Just buying rounds at Walmart.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Welcome to America. For someone else, the post simulation Sophie Q
Yeah.
interaction.
Q's got some breakfasts to buy, I think.
Donuts.
So much sausage to pass out.
Cronuts.
It's a different stream, dude.
About that, after the conversation Peter and Sophie had, yeah, we'll see how that all works out.
Jay, favourite scene for Q or Goldar? Oh, no. Jay, favourite scene for Q and Goldar and another player?
Well, Q didn't really do much in this other than dangle from Goldar like some sort of accessory.
He looked fabulous while doing it, though, darling.
Basic training. For Goldar, it was that moment of kind of sitting and looking at the map and thinking, what's the most evil Goldar-like thing I can do? I know, I'll kick the ambulance with an injured person into the bus of school children, precariously balanced over the edge of a bridge. That felt wonderfully evil. It was delicious.
No,
Well,
if you
one of my
saw
friends is on the bus, and one of my friends is hanging off the back of the bus.
I don't know if you saw my reaction immediately after that. I was freaking out, bouncing on my seat. And that might be partially because of the caffeine and the sugar, but I was freaking out. I was like, no! It was terrifying.
So, having GM stuff like for other groups, well, and also for this group, it was just like, oh, this is a wonderful moment of just abject evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you got the reaction you wanted, right? Did you see my reaction?
My favourite bit for somebody else was in my head was Cal arriving back at the command centre with like 1 and 2 half tengers as Alpha pinged him to say we really need you. It's just like, okay, well, have these, bye, gone.
It's hysterical. I love that.
Guess I'm cleaning up this mess. Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to reassure chat that I am in fact fine, and this is in fact fun. I love these crazy guys that I get to play with on a weekly basis. I am not Sophie. She is infinitely cooler and smarter. So everything is okay.
We break
Maybe one of
Sophie. We don't break
Well,
Anne.
I mean, I just let them mess with Sophie, but I'm good. I love this.
And
I'm just happy Pete didn't get broken today. I was fully expecting it. I thought I was just going to get completely waffle stomped, but
I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. The messages in our GM-less group chat, and I'm like, "Oh, it's game day."
Bad things are going to happen.
It was me trying to strategize. Like, what do we do?
Look,
Back.
I love the fact that I love mornings where it's Michael trying to initiate tactics conversations, honestly. It's the best thing.
Back upon the moon, Goldar strides through tunnels winding deeper down beneath a network of rooms that the palace takes up. He finds Rito standing over what is essentially a giant nest. Hundreds and hundreds of eggs, roughly the size of a football, all in various stages of hatching. On different sides of the room, different sides, Tenga warriors are training. Several of them are receiving instructions on how to use weapons. Two in the back corner appear to be using magic
Oh God, no!
blast one another. Goldar sinks down to a knee. They failed. Rito turns, places one bony arm upon Goldar's head, and just says, "We will get our weapons elsewhere. There are plenty of places that will still sell them to us." And from us to you,
May the power protect you.
have a good week, all. May the power protect you.
Torito shopping at Walmart for guns.
The most important armament in the moon's forces.
Bye, everyone.
So,
But